Good morning.
Good morning.
I just have to.
I feel like, yeah, Jode. I mean, we always get right into the
What?
technical.
Did you not move this?
No, we didn't touch it.
Are you serious?
Jody, I did not touch it. Good morning, good afternoon. Vegas Golden Knits podcast. Good morning from Vegas. That's so cute.
Hi.
As hockey fans, we totally get that.
Yeah.
Hi,
Ottawa.
We've actually been to yarn stores in Vegas.
We have. You know what?
It was
Very-
age ago.
Very hard to find.
It was hard to find at the time, but I wonder what that's like now. Anyway, good memories. Good morning, Vegas. Good morning, Scotland. Good afternoon, actually, Germany.
Noni, good morning from Germany.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning,
Ruth, good morning.
Toronto.
Hi, Deb.
It's such a good day. Hello from France.
Good morning, Lynn from Long Island. Kim, hi. Hi.
Oh my gosh, you guys. Hello from New
Denise.
Zealand, where it's next week.
Hi, Kel.
Sometime.
Amanda.
Crafty Jackalope, Sparkles in the house. I've got
Good
some
morning,
sparkles
Madison.
to share.
So do I.
What the heck with sparkles?
Julie, good morning. Holly. Hi,
Sparkles
Mary.
in the house. I feel like,
Whidbey Island.
how nice.
Actually, beach
Is that
hunters.
Carson?
No, but could be neighbors.
Carson's neighbor. I'm sure they know.
I was watching
Amy from Edinburgh. Good morning.
Good Morning, a beach hunters, and it was on Whidbey Island. Looked, stunning.
Oh my gosh. I should have been prepared. I was on the Discovery Plus app searching for something to watch as I'm knitting, and there's this show. I think it only had like 2 episodes, but it was called so stupid. Anyway, they were both castles, and it was just like this old house. Like it was a house show where they were showing these really old family homes that had been total, disheveled, and they'd had lots of love put into them, and it blew my mind. And then I
Wow.
started watching a beach show. When you said beach
Oh, I love.
hunters, it was something Beach Cottage. Beach Cottage was the next show I watched, and it was just like, I can't believe people get to live that life. It is a dream. It would be a dream for me to live by water.
I might give up one of my kids.
Like, it doesn't have to be hot.
to go do that. No.
It could even be, like in the UK where it's not like hot beachy, but just that smell and sound and feeling, and I would just love it. I love a beach show,
agree.
Jode. Anyway, if you're on Discovery Plus, there is a show called something Beach Cottages. I'm not even finished it yet, but it was awesome.
And there's also the Scotland one. You'll have to tell us the name when you think about
It's
it.
called Saving the Manor.
Oh, that's the one.
That was the one I loved so much. And they were in
Okay.
England, not Scotland. But they bought a old home. Like they're
Good
only the
morning,
third
Mom.
owner ever. Good morning, Mom.
Look at you putting things in the chat.
Who's that?
It was my dad's birthday. Should
It
we all
was.
wish? Should we all wish Andy a happy
Let's
birthday?
all wave happy birthday to our dad.
He had a
That's really
birthday on
fun.
Monday.
He did. January is a lot of birthdays for the men in our family.
Shane, 50 on Sunday. My husband.
I didn't know it was that number. Any plans?
He's so low key, you guys.
Right.
That it's like no.
Going out for a nice dinner?
No, I'm making him his favorite dinner at home. He'd rather that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's so laid
Which
back.
is no holiday for you. but
No.
It's
You
whatever
sure?
they want.
Are you sure?
Come on, let's go to that place. Remember you really liked that steak?
Yeah. So all weekend,
That's so
I'm
nice.
making his favorite foods.
Aw, that's so
Yeah.
nice. We'll have to come over and give him the bumps.
We'll need a few extra hands.
If you've ever seen Jody's husband,
hands on
you
deck.
would know that's a challenge. Anyway, I do love a good house show. Like those, they just transport you, right, to another part of the world, and I think that's really fun.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, ladies from New Hampshire.
Sam in Ireland.
Oh my goodness, you guys.
Oh, Beta from Hedgehog Fibres had a baby.
I saw.
You guys.
You guys, that's amazing. We actually have some really fun things to share with from Hedgehog today, but congratulations on a new little wee baby. Can you imagine?
The colorful knits that baby's going to have.
Even just having a new baby in the house. Wow.
No.
That's so exciting.
Okay, I get to foster. No. cat sit 2 cats
You're a babysitter,
Sunday.
cat sitter
Yeah.
for a month.
Yeah. I actually
That's awesome.
I actually thought it was 3 weeks to begin with,
Oh yeah.
but it's a month.
So did
Doesn't
I.
matter.
When you said 4
Yeah.
weeks, I said, "Oh, I thought she was gone for 3."
This is
Anyway.
the first time Kim. Do you guys remember I talked about getting those 2 kittens for Kim?
right.
And so she's asked me. This is the first time Kim's children are not in school, so they can go for the Lunar New Year,
Yeah, go visit
Chinese
family
New
back
Year.
home.
Yes.
Yeah.
For a month.
Huge, amazing trip. You know, after the whole COVID, and I mean, it's a big deal for them to be going home to see family.
It seems like lots of the girls there are like one's leaving, one's coming back. They're
Yeah.
all going to reconnect.
I
So
think a
that's
lot
great.
of people are in that situation now, right? Where it's like, oh my gosh, now I feel safe enough to do that. Anyway, you get the kitties, which is going to bump up your total to 5 in the house.
I think it's going to be a lot.
5 cats, 2
Yeah.
dogs.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot.
That's hilarious. Cheryl's going to Banff and Canmore next week.
Oh,
That's
Cheryl.
exciting. Lucky duck.
I wonder if it's her first trip. Cheryl, where do you live?
Maybe you could hit Stash Lounge on the way.
Good morning,
That's
Ashley.
such a good idea. Take a bunch of yarn to the mountains. Love
You
it.
guys, Stash is a must stop.
There's so many good yarn stores in Calgary, but I haven't been to them all. But I've been to Stash because of its location, and when we go to the mountains, we just like zip off the freeway. It's really not
Yeah.
far off.
No. Yes.
But-
it's awesome.
Yeah.
It's worth your extra 40 minutes to.
Wouldn't it be fun to go do a yarn crawl? Like,
Yes.
go for the weekend
Yeah.
and go. I mean, Calgary's so close.
Calgary's so close.
Yeah.
You could spend the night.
You could totally.
Did you
spend
say the
night.
weekend? The
Yes.
weekend? Go Friday.
I mean, it's not so fun when you do it all in a day because it's a little bit tiring. But, you know, drive up on a Saturday morning and come home Sunday afternoon with a dinner in the middle and a brunch or something.
Mhm.
That would be
I
fun.
love that.
That would be fun.
And who cares if it's tiring, right? It's just fun,
Right. Who are you?
right?
You're like,
I'd go for a day.
yeah, it would be fun. Yeah, I would do that.
Actually, this is what I'd like to do. Can I just say this?
Planning alert.
I'd like to go Friday, later in the day, so we have a nice meal Friday.
Okay.
Be able to enjoy the evening when we're not exhausted.
Okay.
Saturday, brunch, and then all afternoon we're going to go yarn shopping. I'd get in a nice dinner, whatever
Jodi
you
will
choose
give
to do in the
every yarn
evening,
store 15 minutes.
and then a brunch on Sunday.
She's
And then
in
we'll go-
and
yeah.
whips through.
I've seen
Don't.
it.
Jodi's
I've seen
like,
it.
You know, I'm in my second section of the yarn shop, and she's like, "Oh yeah, that was nice.
Yeah.
Did you find anything?
You
I'm
guys-
not even halfway done."
Tracie hasn't gotten 5 feet in the door, and I'm like, I've seen it.
Right. Love it.
Um,
Great.
But I'll sit and knit. I have
Yeah.
no problem waiting.
It's true. You're
yeah.
good. You're a great shopping partner.
Um,
But that's hilarious.
Yeah.
I just saw Nancy Walker. Good morning, Nancy.
good morning, Nance.
Anyway, have we been watching Yellowstone? Are you kidding?
No,
Yeah.
I'm waiting. There's a
Jodi.
few episodes more.
There's a whole bunch. There's
Okay,
like,
good. I can start now.
You can start now.
Yeah.
They're on a break.
Oh, good. The
They did a
winter
mid-
break.
yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Okay,
So
I
there's
can
a whole
catch up.
bunch. You can do maybe 7 or 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to say this. I bought at home semi-permanent lashes to do at home.
How do you do that?
Well,
Practice on yourself and then
let me just tell you this. In my very small experience, when you're gluing lashes on that last 5 to 10 days, like they're little
Okay.
clusters you glue underneath. It's
okay,
kind of,
okay,
yeah.
okay. I was like,
There should be a bigger learning curve than just step 1, 2, and 3 on a box.
but it's not okay. It's more a technique. Like you have to practice.
Right. But what are you
As
going
far
to
as
what are you going to
steps,
practice on?
As far as steps, it's probably like this is it.
It's
Put
like
a tiny
glue-
bit of glue.
yeah. But here's
the
the thing.
tweezers.
I glued.
Did you do them?
No. I
Where are we
glued.
going?
I glued my eyelashes
To your
to my eyelid.
Jodi.
You
I
should have
wish
seen
I
me.
had known you were doing that. You should have FaceTimed.
I
I would
f-
love to have seen you doing this.
I feel like there should have been some sort of certificate I needed to show before they were going to say,
like what do
you
do?
have.
Like you could put saran wrap on the top of your lid and then like so that nothing would stick to your skin.
Well, I
like-
was trying to wipe off the excess glue, and then it went like that, and then my lashes glued to my eyelid.
It's not funny, but it is very
Yeah.
funny.
And it's really funny because there was
So
some.
why are you doing that? Why don't you just go get your lashes done?
Well, these are like semi-perm. I'm too lazy to go get my eyelashes all the
it's
time.
like, I swear the commitment you need to get your lashes.
Yeah,
Because to me, my lashes were wrecked after.
I loved
Me
lashes.
Too. Me too. It was too high maintenance.
Yeah,
I want lashes that are going to stay. I don't want to go every
2,
3 weeks
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
they're falling out everywhere. I mean, and they were
Yes.
great. They were great, but I got a lot of lashes. Listen, I loved them.
Loved them. And then, like, I have a plastic little zip bag that the tweezers came in. That's where I put my glue. And then after I'm cleaning up, I thought I could have sworn I don't know where it went. An hour later, it's glued to my shirt. I look down
course
and
it
it's
is.
glued to my shirt.
Jodi, that's just
So I don't.
giant bummer for what, first of all, when you decide, like, I'm doing it. Today's the day. I'm going to do
Yes.
it.
I got the sampler pack. Like, it gives you 6 different lashes. It's Flutter Habit was the one. I'm not saying it's the last time I'm going to try it.
Right.
I just wasn't successful the first time.
Okay. And I'm sure lots of people feel that.
Yeah.
Maybe it's one of those things you should have someone do for you
Yeah. Like my kid
who went to school to do it. Took the
who
course.
took a course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But has no interest in helping mom with your eyelashes.
Listen, that would be really great if you had someone in the house that
Yes.
they could glue it on.
Yes. And, people are saying, do the lash serum. It totally works, makes your lashes. And I was doing one and then I kind of quit, but I swear it was working. I got to get back on that.
I did a little research because Maddie wanted some for Christmas. So I did a little research because the eye envy, you guys, it didn't look like my eye was irritated, but if I rubbed it, my skin was sore.
Some people got, yeah. Okay, so if you're a lash serum person, tell us what you use
Yes.
and what worked and what didn't work. Like,
Yes.
did you get a reaction with something and you like something better? I know there's a bunch of expensive ones and there's ones that are not as expensive. Like, what's the secret? Listen, I loved my, what are they called? Lash extensions. Loved.
Like adored.
If that could be, like, if they said it's like a tattoo, it's permanent and it's X number of dollars,
Perfect.
that would be a dream come true.
It's $1 million.
Well, not that many.
And it's permanent.
But,
Perfect.
But if they were like, it's going to take half a day and they're going to be totally, but your lashes turn over, so that'll never happen.
Mm-hmm.
Your lashes are always falling out.
Mm-hmm.
As you notice, as soon as you get lash extensions and you wake up in the morning and you've got little black butterflies on your pillow or in your sink.
I'm just going to go into, while we're chatting, because I did do a little bit of research and I found someone had rated some. And so I did find some, and then I ended up finding on Amazon. So I'm going to show you.
So when you say semi-permanent, are these just not fake eyelashes? Why do you call them semi-permanent?
Because they stay on for 5 to 10 days with the kind of glue you get.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was cleaning.
And they're little, like it looks like a full set of lashes, but snipped into like 5 or 6
Well,
pieces.
that's what it looks like when you get extension. Like, lots of the ones are
Yeah.
little fans
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. So
So, January, everybody's organizing everything, cleaning everything out. I was doing that in sort of a drawer that's got everything in my bathroom. Like, here's a bunch of pedicure stuff. Here's a bunch of nail polish. Here's a bunch of whatever. And I found some sets of eyelashes that I bought during COVID because I was so sad my extensions were on. And they're so beautiful. Like, I was actually thinking I should figure out.
Maddie wears them often, you guys.
Does she do magnetic liner or does she glue them?
She glues them.
Okay.
And they don't. I said to her the other day, your mascara looks amazing. Like it didn't look like a fake lash.
Right.
She said, no, these are lashes.
Oh, yeah.
So good.
And the girl, it's funny, it's ironic because when I went to the lash place last time, I got my eyebrows tinted and done, and my eyelashes actually they were permed, which I think wrecked my eyelashes, but whatever. They were lift and, what's that called? Lift? Eyelash lift and tint. She's allergic to the glue. So the girl doing my lashes can't actually use, but her lashes looked amazing. And she was using the ones from Sally Beauty.
Okay.
So, because she goes, Sephora, amazing, but really expensive.
It's one of those things where you could throw on lashes and a little lip gloss and you're good to go.
Listen, when I had those extensions, I felt like that. I felt like I was really pretty much ready to go out the door.
Yeah. Okay, so this is
That's
on
funny.
Amazon.ca, Canadian Amazon. It's called VIE Beauty with an I. That's the brand. I'm going to show you.
Send me the link and I'll put it in our show notes.
$1,300, 4.5-star review.
Oh, I was like, that's out of my price range.
And it is $40. And this was one of the ones.
And that's the lash serum?
Yes.
Okay.
Eyelash serum.
I was using the one from Thrive Cosmetics. It was $75. I'm pretty sure it was $75.
They can be pricey.
But I think it was doing something. Why did I stop using that?
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm going to start doing it again. Anyway, anywho, if you just stumbled upon us, we are not an eyelash podcast.
No.
But we do like to share things that are, happening. Everyday things. Jodi, what the heck are you wearing?
This old thing?
This stunner.
Okay, you guys.
Here we go.
This is another one of my sweaters that I had one of my friend knitters we're now friends.
Right.
Kelly. This is the stratified sweater. Originally you could only find it in the worsted book by Amy La Bien-Aimée. You guys, it's boxy, it's square, it's sweatshirty, it's perfect.
Jodi, it's amazing. So
I had wanted this sweater since I saw it. This is a Tiff Nealon pattern.
yes,
Who we adore.
totally adore.
So this pattern you can now find on Ravelry on its own.
There, you may recognize it like that. So that was a color palette. There was a contrast. Like there was lights and darks, and there's that beautiful butterscotch that's kind of a pop of color.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, look how nice that is.
Yeah. I had some extra length added because as it's written, it's a little more cropped than I like it. So that is what I say is the modification. It might have been a little length in the sleeves. I can't quite remember. But
Probably.
It's amazing. And you know what it's knit out of? Brooklyn Tweed Shelter. All of it, you guys.
This could be a love letter to that too today. I've got so much good things to say about.
This was in my stash.
Jodi, please stand up a little bit. Let us see because there's so many layers to this sweater.
Okay. It's perfectly
So it ends here in the pattern on the picture.
Does it really?
Yeah, I think so. I think yeah. See?
Actually, I believe if I recall, there's two versions.
But
there's a cropped and a full longer length in the pattern.
just the picture is that.
Yeah.
Well, I love your color palette.
You guys, this would fall into a Raglan knit along.
Yeah, we should talk about that next.
Yeah,
got
we
knit
will,
alongs happening.
because we've got things.
So we loved this sweater the minute we saw it. Why haven't we knit it? I don't know. But I love that you stash busted this because you didn't need. Did you need more than one skein of anything?
Yes.
Oh, for shelters got smaller.
But
skeins.
you guys, you really don't.
Like if they were 100-gram skeins.
Yeah.
Did you use? Do you remember?
Did I what?
Do you remember how many of each color?
Like a couple of them you needed 2.
Okay.
But some of them you needed 1. So you guys, it would be
So you could just go by the yardage on the pattern. When you're looking to do this and stash bust it yourself at home, just go by the yardage listed in the pattern for each color.
And actually, I had sent an extra one of these, which I thought she might have needed, but it came back full.
Oh. Well, I love the tonal quality of your color palette. That it's kind of all the same.
Yeah.
You know, the blues and the creams and grays. And there's no real pop. Like, there's nothing that really...
If you guys can see, these are yarn overs. So it makes an eyelet.
And this is interesting.
This, it looks like it's twist.
It looks like they're all knit through the back loop.
And then another eyelet section.
Listen.
And then this is slipping a stitch, you guys, so it gives you texture. And then another eyelet. Tiff has knocked this out of the park.
I remember people saying, we saw tons of these at Rhinebeck.
Yeah.
And I remember people saying how much fun this is to knit. And I can totally see that. Anything striped.
Yeah.
And then, too, you're adding in different techniques. Like, how fun is that?
Only needed 3 cast iron. All the rest were 2.
So your main dark gray, which is the bigger stripe.
Yeah. But here's the thing with this. I envision this in just your favorite colors and just alternating stripes as you feel like
Oh,
it.
you can do anything striped. You can kind of go crazy. You can go
Yeah.
you can plan it, but it is, I love that it's a stash buster. And if you had like 100-gram skeins of yarn, it sounds like you really could
Yeah.
get along with
Yeah.
one for most colors, right?
You guys, I can't even tell you how the yarn that has made this sweater is so good.
Oh my God, Brooklyn Tweed Shelter.
So good.
I heart you, Brooklyn Tweed Shelter.
So this was cast iron. This was cast iron. No.
Maybe that's carbon, or what's it called? What's the black one?
Oh, I wish I would have been more prepared for colors. But I've used the natural. I've used the cast iron, which is the dark. I've used the light blue.
Let me look.
I've used this beautiful teal and a gray. So there was 5 colors.
Yes.
But I'm just showing that, like, and you don't need, you guys, as many colors. You could just use 3 and just change your stripes.
Right.
Tartan is teal. This one.
Tartan?
Yeah. This is soot is gray. Oh my God, isn't that funny? We're guessing. I have no idea.
That's hilarious, you guys. I'm trying to get the colors up, but
Yeah. You guys, I love it.
There's a lighter gray that's called sweatshirt. That's not it. So it's darker than that.
Fossil is the cream. Iceberg.
Fossil.
Okay, you guys, we're doing it. Cast iron.
Okay, shade cards. Here we go.
Anyway, it's
Anyway, if you take a picture, you've got a picture on your Instagram. It's pretty
Oh.
obvious what they are.
Kelly's here. I didn't realize, Kelly, that was you. So Kelly, who knit this, is here.
Okay. Well, there you go. There's the person that knows what's happening.
And I think for me, you guys, I don't think it was intended to have this positive ease. For me, I like this much positive ease. Like, I love a sweatshirt that looks oversized to
But
me.
I think, too, that's the beauty of knitting your own garments.
Mhm.
A sweater can say it's intended to have 4 inches of positive ease or 0 ease, where it's literally the same size as your body.
Mhm.
But you can decide, oh, I don't like the way that would fit on me, or I don't like the way I would feel in that. So
Yes.
you can choose a size that corresponds to how much ease you want. And the way to know how to do that is to measure your body,
Mhm.
right? And then as long as you're on gauge for the sweater, you can choose the size.
Kelly was perfectly on gauge for what we had decided.
It
the
looks
size.
perfect.
Okay, so because this is square, straight down, like there's no shaping in the body, for me, this really works being oversized.
Mhm.
Where I would have to be more careful is if it was something that was a little more maybe A-line
Right.
or something that had a little more shaping. I'd have to be careful how much ease I wanted because it might not fit or
Right.
look
Totally.
like it works.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you were someone that, and sometimes you have to plan, like, how am I going to wear this? If you were someone that's going to wear this with a longer, like dresses that have more volume, you're probably going to want to crop this
Mhm.
and not have quite as much
Yeah.
ease. But that's when you start knitting yourself sweaters, you kind of get an idea of how much ease you like. And you can just measure something in your closet and say, I love this one, and measure that flat on your bed and measure your body. And you're like, oh, I like 5 inches of positive ease. And that's kind of the ballpark that I like mine in.
Yeah.
About,
5-ish.
I think so, 4 to 5 inches. And to me, that's like, it's not hugging anything. Like, it's just, I feel best in that.
I'm closer to 8 or 9-ish, sometimes 10. I like.
Well, but I like that too sometimes. But I feel like the majority
Yeah.
of mine are between like 4 and 6 inches.
And that's the beauty of knitting sweaters is
Yeah.
you get to learn. You're
Right.
right, exactly how you
Right.
like it to fit.
And sometimes things go sideways, and
No.
yes, you get 7.
Are you kidding?
You get 7 inches.
Or-
but I'm not mad
or-
at that.
-2.
Yeah, no, that would be bad. I'm okay if it gets a little bit bigger because I do like the boxy loose stuff. But if it turned out too snug, I would be like, who can fit this? I'm not going to wear it.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, I don't even know who I am. Yesterday I did a little bit of admin and I posted, we've got 2 new knit-alongs happening.
Actually, it's funny you did that because I thought to myself, we should post on our feed.
Yes. So that's got to
Our
happen.
sweater along. Just
Yes. So we always have a sock bash, which we never talked about. Sock bash has been going on for 6 years, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And it is a sock knit along every month and it's been going on for 6 years. So
there's going to be people that are going, you have sock knit along?
I know, right? We never talk about it.
No.
It's a super fun knit along, and there's lots of people that join in, and that's awesome. I mean, socks are our first love. We used to buy single skeins of everything and knit one sock.
Do you know how many singles I have?
Right.
Yeah.
So Sock Bash is always running, and we've also opened up if you entered every month of Sock Bash last year, you can enter now the very last draw. I called it the All-Star, Sock Bash All-Star. If you were able to do every month last year, you're in the All-Star thread. Show us your socks, and we're going to draw 3 names from that. And we've already got the prize ready to go. So we'll share it next time. Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm doing that next week.
Okay, we'll share it next time.
We could do 4 because I have 4 in a pan.
Well,
do you have 3 prizes?
I have 3 of the other thing, but I can get another one in that time. Okay.
No.
Anyway, Sock Bash is always happening. And if you did it all last year, now you can enter for that. But we wanted to do a sweater knit along because we love knitting sweaters so much. And we thought a raglan sweater would be such a good thing for people we love wearing them and knitting them. But also it would be a great first sweater because it's a top down usually. We would suggest top down if it's your first one. You could try it on as you go, and you could make adjustments if it's, not exactly what you're wanting. So any raglan sweater, cardigan, pullover, knit, crochet, whatever you want, that's our knit along. It starts February 1st and it ends the end of April. February, March, April, 3 months.
Okay, I started already.
Did you? Well,
I'm knitting along with the group, and I made sure it was a raglan that I cast on.
And I mean, if you do have a whip that's like less than a quarter, like about a quarter done, that can count.
Yeah.
You can knit along with us and be in for the prizes and stuff. But there's a chatter thread up. We have a hashtag GG Raglan Along 23. So use it on Instagram and we'll find, your project and share it. And I think it's going to be really fun.
I feel like we're doing this the right way.
What the heck? This is
What
like all
on earth?
planned.
You know
so
what?
3 months.
We're turning over a new leaf in
Who
2023.
are we? And I mean, we gave some suggestions in our Ravelry thread, but when you are looking for raglan style patterns, there is no limit. There's so many of them out there. So these are ones we've knit, that we've seen recently, that we love, but anything, and raglan means it is the style of shaping in the yoke of your sweater. So you're increasing on the front and on the sleeve on either side, and then on the back on both sides. And that creates this diagonal line. That's how you can tell it's a raglan shaped sweater.
And you get these amazing, I adore when you're using different colors.
Me too.
Both of us see it gets I love
So if
that.
you stripe, you're only knitting stockinette.
Yeah.
Does it have to be knit or it can be crochet? Absolutely, it can be crochet. It is a make along. It's a raglan along. It's in the thread that it's knit or crochet.
Sweater. Yes, a sweater start to finish.
I don't care.
Yeah.
If it's for your child, I don't care.
Yeah.
Just have fun.
We just want you to cast on.
We love this style of sweater. And when I was looking in my closet the other day, I was like, I have a lot of these. And it's just very soothing to knit. I really like knitting this kind of sweater.
The ranunculus, is that a raglan?
It is not a raglan. Technically, I think there's a few raglan increases at the bottom, but really most of the shaping is done in a round yoke style. So you've only got a few increase rows, and that's typical for like color work too. Most color work sweaters are only a few increase rounds, and you don't see this diagonal line. So I mean, maybe we're gonna have to do a round yoke sweater next.
Yeah.
Listen, we're all about that. So we're going to do that for sure. So if you're into it, get a pattern going, grab yarn and get going. February 1st, official.
Share in the thread. Let's chat about patterns.
Yeah.
Let's chat about yarn choice. I love that beginning stages when people are talking about, well, this is what I'm going to use. And we're going to be discovering all these patterns and designers that we hadn't known about before.
Yeah. I'm wearing the Cozy Classic Raglan by Jessie May.
This would be an amazing first time sweater.
A great pattern. And it's, like you say, it's kind of workshopy. It's got so many options for body shaping and how to marl yarns, how to add, maybe you want to, I mean, it does have mohair already in the pattern, but if you want to do it in DK, like there's so much information in there.
Yeah.
I would say a phenomenal pattern if you want
Yeah.
to buy a pattern. There's lots of great free patterns that are very basic. I would say the Wave of Change pullover is a Aran to bulky
Okay.
weight.
Always when you're using the bigger yarn,
It goes
an
faster.
excellent choice for
I say
a first-time
honestly,
sweater.
I may cast on another one of those
You
because
love it.
I have the yarn.
Yeah.
And I loved those two.
Yeah.
The No Frills by Petite Knit. There's literally so many. Any sweater that is using the shaping like this. Typically, it's like every second round.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a little different than that, but that you're going to see the increasing regularly, and that's what creates this line. So yes, I hope you guys want to join us because it's going to be super fun. The Lento, someone said, is a great one. And it's, again, a really big gauge, like
So
15
good.
or 16 stitches. So it goes really, really fast. Anyway, it's fun. And then we thought sweaters aren't for everybody. So we wanted to include as many people as possible in our knit along.
Who are we?
We started the knit an accessory from your stash knit along.
Okay.
So it has to be stash yarn, and it can be any accessory. Headband, cowl, hats, mitts, shawl, whatever you want. But a lot of people at this time of year are hell bent on stash reduction. So this
bringing something up.
This is the knit along where you have to use stash. You cannot use new yarn, and that's 2 months. So that's all of February and March.
Amanda, the Crafty Jackalope, has a turban style hat.
Well,
that
that is not her pattern. Is that?
Oh, for the drunk knitter.
Yeah. So this
Okay.
this I wanted to share today too. Go ahead, share that.
So this would be excellent. You
This
guys.
would be a great idea.
Amanda has added sparkle, but of course, if you don't have sparkle, you don't have to add it. We always encourage it.
Yeah.
But this is a pattern by the drunk knitter, you guys. Let me bring it up.
And I believe this pattern was inspired to be a chemo hat for one of her friends.
Look how beautiful that is.
So there is kits in Amanda's shop. You go by Safia's pattern.
That little twist right here, you could wear it there, you could wear it here. It is adorable.
And there is a portion of the kits going to Breast Cancer Canada. So the inspiration, I believe, is from...
It's a free pattern.
Oh, it's free.
Yeah.
It is?
Yarn kits for my free
Oh,
pattern.
shoot. Okay.
It's Lucky Hat Wrap.
Okay, so I didn't know that part. Okay, that's amazing. So you can help, raise funds for breast cancer and knit an amazing hat. Maybe you know someone going through chemo that would love a hat, and
Love
this
that.
is so beautiful and pretty.
I love it.
Two very generous ladies.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Okay, you
So-
guys.
So there we
Three
go.
knit-alongs.
3 knit-alongs.
Yeah.
Please join in our fun.
Yeah.
And I'm excited.
Okay. Here is a resolution. I'm going to make it a priority to spend time in Ravelry.
And do what?
Your
You
mouth just about fell open.
You already spend time in Ravelry. What are you going to... Oh,
No,
you're in the Ravelry group.
In our group. Do we have a Ravelry group?
Jodi, I will send you a link.
Okay. No, I do. Like, even if I just go through
Listen, it would be amazing.
5 minutes.
In the knit along.
A few times a week.
Exactly.
5 minutes turns into 30.
Exactly.
But, yeah.
Exactly. And I mean, we do, even if you're in there reading it, it's
Yeah.
nice to drop in a comment or whatever, because our Ravelry group, you guys, is gigantic with members. I think like 27,000. What?
I know.
That's great.
Yeah.
I mean, how exciting. So we always want to have knit-alongs. It showcases designers, and we're so lucky to have yarn and bags and things like that sent to us. So we love doing the prizes from these things that we are so lucky to receive. So it's really fun to knit along.
It is, because the interaction in groups like
Yeah.
that could be a knitter's only
Exactly.
contact
Not
with other
everybody's
knitters.
got a local yarn shop. Not everybody's able to get to knit nights and do
Mhm.
those sort of things. And not everybody wants to go to them,
Mhm.
right? You can still be part of a community through, and I know a lot of people like, I don't like Instagram. Let me tell you, you can have a fun knitting community knit along through Instagram, whether you do anything else or not.
Mhm.
Like just follow the hashtag and
Mhm.
see everybody's stuff. So I'm going to do way more of the hashtag. I think that's a fun way to, be a community.
I love it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, okay,
Okay,
Jodi,
good.
resolution. What? We kind of talked very briefly last time about knitting plans for the new year. And I'm amazed how in December people have made all these resolutions and they've planned all these things.
Like listed patterns.
Yeah. So I can't go to that extent, but I think I want to give myself, and I don't even like the word resolution, if I'm being honest,
Mhm.
but one goal for something I'd like to try in 2023.
What is it?
I think I would like to knit one of those fingering weight
All
sweater.
over?
No, I don't know about all over color work, but lots of the patterns that I like that have color work are knit in like Jameson and Smith jumper weight, which is very fine, and the gauge is like 27 or 28 stitches. It's on smaller needles. I think I'm gonna have to knit it on like 3mm needle.
Does the Marie Wallen, am I saying it right? Patterns,
Yes,
do they appeal to you?
they do.
Yeah. She's
Some of them, I just think to myself,
too much?
She does several that are color work knit flat.
Mm.
Not, and that, you know what? I want to have fun with my knitting. Color work knit flat in the purl is not fun to me. But she does have some that are all in the round. So I would be interested in that. But
You've talked about this for
large
years.
garment, I know. So I feel like I have to do
Yeah.
it. But like, let me tell you, time goes fast. So I feel like I should start now if I want to finish it. And I'm not even saying I'm going to finish it, but I think I would like to get something like that on the needles because I know I would love to wear it.
I completely support your decision.
Right. Some people are like, I want to learn brioche. See, somebody just said they want to do a steeked cardigan. So that's awesome too.
I get very distracted with these amazing new patterns that come up all the time.
Yeah.
So I feel like for me, I'm not gonna like exactly name what I want to like because too many come up and then I
Yeah.
just get distracted and want to knit it as I see it. But I mean, I don't know that I have any outside of the box knitting goals right now.
Yeah, and maybe something will come up and maybe something won't. And this is not even something I care. Like if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But I do like the idea of like just sort of checking something off the list of something I've kind of always wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's going to happen. I do think that's going to happen.
I love
Use
that
a
for
fingering
you.
weight woolly wool and make a pretty yoke sweater.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, I would love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you wear a ton of knit sweaters.
All the time, every day.
Yeah.
Every day I can.
Yes. I certainly, you wear way more knit garments than I do.
And that's why I like a certain weight and gauge of sweater because, I don't want to be too hot so that I can wear them all the time, like a sweatshirt. Like this is the second time this week I've worn this one, but I haven't shown it on the podcast for a long time, so I wanted to wear it again. This is Cozy Classic Raglan by Jessie May, and it's knit in Frankie Gray Fibres yarn. Two of my all-time favorite colors. On the vine is this beautiful tomato red, and Pinch Me is the perfect blushy pink. And it's sock yarn and mohair held together. And that's what that pattern calls for. Sock yarn and mohair held together.
Or DK.
Or DK. Like anything that gets that gauge for you, you
16
can use.
stitches, you guys.
Is it 16?
16. Wow. I believe it's 16 stitches.
Or 18? Something like
could
that.
be. It's a great
I don't
gauge.
know.
It's
Either way, it goes pretty fast when you knit it.
Oh, it might not be 16. You might be right. It might be 18.
I haven't looked it up.
But yes, you want to make sure, like you're putting so much effort and time and money when you purchase the yarn. Make sure you're intentional when you're picking. I wouldn't pick something that's like completely lace all over. Like,
Right.
pick something you know you're gonna wear.
Right. Something you're gonna, yes. And that's like true for your goals too. Like, don't just challenge yourself with something because you've never done it, even if you think, like, you don't say, I'm gonna knit a brioche sweater when you've never done brioche. Like, start with a hat.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you hate brioche. Maybe you're
Brioche in
never,
the round was fun.
super fun.
Yeah.
Super fun. So anyway, that's sort of my goal.
I love that.
I do. I
for
love
you.
it too. And my secret goal that I'm really not telling everybody, but I want to knit way more from stash. I have a lot of really.
Is
good
that your
yarn.
secret? What's your secret? That was your secret?
Yeah.
Oh.
Now I have told everybody, but I hadn't really talked about it because I'm not saying that I'm not eliminating the possibility of buying yarn, but I do want to cast on the stuff I've been collecting for so long.
And you're referring to like sweater quantities.
Sweaters, probably. Yeah.
You've got some beautiful yarn you fell in love with and are excited about.
Totally.
So knit it, right?
Totally. And I mean, I have some in worsted weight. Like those sweaters don't take very long to knit.
No.
Maybe I should do that for
Okay.
a raglan along.
I've got a couple of sweaters. I really should have picked raglan sweaters. And actually, there's something wrong with my printer. I printed way more than 2.
Did you hear? Oh, really? Did you hear somebody say there's a draft mode on a printer, and it doesn't print? It uses less ink. And if
I
you're
thought
in draft, that it won't print like 100% properly. So if you might want to look to see if you're on that. Anywho.
Okay, I'm not going to show these because it's not raglan, so it
Okay.
seems silly
Okay.
to show them. But I'm going to
Okay.
save them because I will another day.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you have any more FOs?
I have so much knitting.
I have
to
so
share.
much knitting to
I
share.
have 3 knitting. Well, let's get in it. Oh my gosh.
We're in it.
We're in it.
Okay. I have 2 more sweaters, and I'm not going to go into a ton of detail because I'm going to wear them.
Jodi, I can't
couldn't
even believe that.
I couldn't wear them all at once.
You could do a
right?
quick change.
This one needed, this is a brand new one that came back to me yesterday. Erin
It's
knit this. This is again the same
weekend slip over
week
V-neck.
over and slip over V-neck from Petite Knit. You guys remember the other one I knit?
Yes, Jodi.
This is knit with Frankie Gray Fibres, Winter in New York,
Oh my god, I can't wait to cast that on.
with Sandcastle parchment mohair.
We can be twinnies.
So I'm going to give it a nice block.
You were gonna wear the heck out of that.
Yes. And then we'll be able to talk about it more in detail when I'm wearing it. Okay, what's yours?
What?
Yeah,
Okay.
you guys, I can't even.
I have been knitting 2 things. I actually have an FO. Do you have any socks?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll do that for sock talk later. I remember I told you I was going to do test knit, and you looked at me like my head was going to spin and pop off, and what's my problem? I cast on my test knit,
Oh, it's so beautiful.
and I want to share that right now. This is the Eclair Raglan, which will be coming out at the early end of our knit along, early beginning of our knit along. So if you guys want to get in on it when it comes out, this is a pattern in progress by Laura Penrose. So Penrose Knits.
You guys, this looks profesh. Okay. I swear.
Okay, it is a worsted weight raglan style sweater with a cable rib pattern. The baubles are optional. Some of the test knitters have eliminated them, and it looks awesome. There's 2 neck options in the pattern. There's a ribbed folded, and a turtleneck. But I decided to just do a regular crew neck.
I love that choice.
I was knitting and I folded it and I thought, no, I really like it like this. I did do the Italian sewn bind off,
That makes a difference.
which is basically Kitchener stitch flat, where you haven't separated your knits and purls. It's awesome.
Okay, I gotta try that.
I would not call it, I think some people call it tubular bind off, and it's not the tubular bind off I've done. It's just a sewn style bind off that gives you a beautiful edge.
Do you pick up your collar? And knit up?
Yep.
So I wonder why they don't start with the collar.
I don't know, but let me tell you, her pattern, of course, I swatched and I had to get her gauge and chose my size accordingly. And I did. I got her gauge. It's been a perfect fit.
Really?
100% perfect fit. Like, I'm knitting. And when I finished my yoke, I wanted to measure that I had the right depth as in the pattern, right? Like, is my row gauge the same? Because my row gauge was similarly, maybe tiny bit off. Listen, bang on. It measured bang on the right, same measurement as in the pattern. What else was I going to say? So this is something that I learned a lot on. And listen, I don't know Laura. I was very cheeky and dropped into her DMs and said, if you're looking for a test knitter, I would really love to knit this beautiful sweater. And she said, yes. And when I got to the point of having to knit in the round, because you start at the back and you're knitting flat and building a portion, basically like when you knit in the round and you do your short rows so that the back of your sweater is higher.
I adore construction sweaters
I
like
love
that.
this. Loved it. It was so nice. So you're working flat, then you join it in the round, and then you've got to continue working. You're going to increase your raglan, and every so often you do a little cable cross and a bobble. And I was like confused. I'll be honest. I was like, I've never done this before, and I went to bed a little bit dejected thinking, how do you do that? But you know what? Not difficult. I used things like a row counter to keep track of like every even number round was my raglan increase. And every so many rounds you do a cable cross. And the way I kept track of that is putting little stitch markers on
so
the
you can
round.
count.
So the bobble round is marked here. And so when I have to do the bobble, I just count my rows up. It's every 17 or 18 rounds. Well, you just count up. And when you're at that round, I do a bobble. And then I will mark that round so I can continue counting. Same with the cables. I did a cable here. So I've done one round above that. And you continue to count.
Does the cable round correlate with the bobble round?
No.
Okay.
So you're not doing so many things. And I'll be honest with you, it was way easier. I was overthinking it.
I was just going to say, for me, I'm thinking reading the pattern, I would have been like, I'm not doing this.
Listen, you just had to do it. And Laura is going to be doing a tracking sheet. It was not difficult.
Okay.
I was overthinking it. And little things like using a row counter. And I love having these little removable stitch markers to count, to keep your row. You don't even have to make ticks on paper because I'm visually looking how many rows I have knit.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you, I love knitting this. I want to keep knitting until I'm done. I really, really love it. And I
was just like,
I've never done a pattern like this. And so it's my first one, and I feel like maybe that was good for being a test knitter. Right?
Yeah.
Because
Someone
I literally
like
I don't
virgin
have
cable sweater eyes
and raglan and doing these things all at the
Yeah.
same time. So having never done it before, I still found that it was not a challenge.
You guys.
It was great.
The way you just explained it, because when I just see that and I think,
Yeah.
wow, I'm not doing that. But if you think about it, just every fourth, like let's take the baubles out of it. Every
Sure.
fourth round is your cable.
Right.
You can do that.
Yes. And so say I had to do 25 rounds of this portion here. I'm working out, and really you've got a chart that shows you the repeat. You know if you're going to increase a knit stitch or a purl stitch because you have a chart with the repeat.
Sure.
So you're either increasing a ribbing of knits or purls, and then eventually you end up crossing the cables and whatever. So I knew as I just clicked this for 25 rounds, and I just made a little note for myself, odd number rows are raglan increase because that's what it is. It was in every second round.
So I
It
don't
was awesome.
usually gravitate towards cables,
Yeah.
but I have a couple of cable hat patterns, and I've done it a couple of times. They're kind of magical.
Oh my
A
gosh.
cable just twisting. Look what just twisting a few stitches does.
And this is, I've not used a cable needle once.
you guys,
This is a cable that is, and my yarn is kind of sticky. I'm using Brooklyn Tweed Shelter. You know, we love you, Brooklyn Tweed Shelter. This is the postcard color. So if you're going to do something, this is simple cable and with sticky yarn, it's a really good thing to do your cables without a cable needle.
Oh, it's so.
It works like a charm. So I have to say, this is a sweater.
Okay,
I
get
wouldn't say it's
it.
your first sweater, but let me tell you, it's intermediate, really enthusiastic, someone that is maybe knit a sweater. You can do this. You can absolutely do this. I was overthinking it, and there's going to be guidance in the pattern for you to how to keep track.
Okay, good.
I love it. And as far as measurements, I tried this on last night, and
You're
it
so
fit
happy?
so happy.
Well,
so happy.
So much work has gone into this.
But that's all the pattern. I'm just following. I'm not modifying a thing. You know, I didn't do a folded neckband, but that's it.
Okay.
I also am someone that gets really hot, so I really didn't want extra fabric around my neck.
Yeah.
To be honest. It's got a split hem option. It's got a regular hem option. There's a lot of value in it. So anyway, thank you to Laura for allowing me to test knit, and there's lots of amazing sweaters already. If you check out the hashtag, you'll see.
I love it.
I'm loving it, Jodi. I've wanted a cabled sweater forever.
So the Golden Globes were last week. Did you watch?
Yeah,
Kind of.
I didn't. They were on a Tuesday.
Okay, first of all, Golden Globe people, a award show can't be on a Tuesday night.
100%.
It has to be on
Award
a
shows
Sunday.
are on Sunday night.
Yeah.
So I missed a lot, but I did see some amazing winners and speeches.
A couple of things that stood out, and I meant to say it when I watched it. The Woman King, Viola Davis.
Did you see that movie?
Yes. I watched it weeks ago. Not weeks, a few weeks, over the holidays.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen The Woman King, Viola Davis stars in it among other amazing women.
That was
you
a
have to
powerful
watch.
Powerful movie. I loved it so much.
She was incredible.
And remember how I said how much I love the Fablemans? And then it's
Yes.
getting
Yes.
recognition. I love movies. I love movies,
Yeah.
and I used to really love watching award shows.
Okay, but the Golden Globes is pretty fun because it's also TV. Okay, Abbott Elementary. And are we missing the boat
Yes,
not watching?
clearly. Yes.
Okay, I have to go back and start watching
I
that.
don't watch a lot of like sitcom-y
Sitcoms.
things. And that used to be my jam.
Yeah.
I used to be just watching sitcoms, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, yes, I want to actually.
Okay, so
I mean,
I've
how much
asked-
do we love Cheryl Lee Ralph anyway? Just
Right.
in the past.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have to, okay, I'm going to go back and start
Yeah.
from the beginning. It hasn't been on long, but I think I'm missing the boat.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Okay.
I do love things in a regular setting like that too, like teachers behind the scenes. I love that.
It's so funny. Okay.
What else do you have on your needles, Jodi?
I have
Brown?
one more that arrived. You guys.
This is
Is it called the Deep Woods V?
Is this not your project?
No, I called it the something
This
V.
is Jessie.
This is Jessie made another sweater of hers. Sorry. Thank you. This Sheila knit this for me. And it is, I believe it's the Deep Woods V.
Wow.
Knit in.
Here it is. Northwoods V-neck.
That's it. Northwoods. I knew it wasn't
Very
Deep
close.
Woods.
Northwoods V-neck. Oh, this came out in the fall,
Yeah.
and it's striped
Yes.
in her sample. So that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Jessie's sample.
I have had Sheila knit this for me in hedgehog fiber. They're Tweedy in their natural base, Tweedy, which now comes in several more colors.
Which we will share. Should we share that now? after you talk about your sweater.
Is it here?
Yes.
Okay, let's do that. You
Yes.
guys, it's like we planned it. So this is a really square sweater. Really
Drop shoulder.
relaxed, drop shoulder because you knit it. It's a little wider, you guys. And then you pick up stitches for your sleeve. It's not a raglan.
In person. I'm telling you right now, this video is not showing how amazing this is.
The yarn?
Yes.
Yes.
This is one of my favorite things ever, this yarn.
Look at all the bits, you guys.
This batch specifically seems to have a lot of neon.
You guys, this is so soft. It is a non-superwash wool. It is 50% Falkland merino wool, 37% recycled wool, and 12% hedgehog fiber thread bits.
And this is like the first time I ever saw somebody using recycling their bits to create a new yarn, a new Tweedy yarn. This is the yarn that was the first one I ever saw. I love that idea so much. I love the recycling. I love the sustainability. And I love that every batch is different because you were not going to have the same scraps every time.
Yes.
And if you go to Hedgehog Fiber's website, you will see that they accept your
I did that once, you guys.
leftover yarns.
So a lot.
I have a bag going. I've got this huge bag right now.
So 300. If you send 100 grams of scraps, you get 10% coupon. 20 is 200, and one Ziploc bag full, you guys, was well over 300. I got a 30% off coupon that I bought this wool with.
Yeah. It's huge. It's amazing. And I mean, oh, I love it. Jodi, this is a brilliant choice because when you see the sample, it's wide stripes.
Yes.
And I love it. That's a stash buster. It's so beautiful. This tweed version, I would say, is my favorite.
10 out of 10.
12 out of 10.
Yeah, there you go.
And it's a DK weight, and there is a slight halo to this yarn.
I cannot tell you how soft. The Falkland wool.
It's so nice.
It is so soft.
Well, it's merino.
Yes.
So that's a huge chunk of it, right? Merino is a soft. You are going to wear this.
I'll wear it. Yes.
I would wear that daily.
Yeah,
I'm going to have to make one of those.
It's so good.
I do love tweed.
so
I've loved
good.
tweed forever. Okay, so I can't imagine that there's people at Hedgehog Fibers that sit around and listen to us babble about yarn, but they have, and that's awesome and quite a thrill. And Hedgehog Fiber said we'd love to send you guys some new colors of Tweedy and some things, and we were like, what? That's crazy. So how amazing is it to get a parcel from Hedgehog Fibers? This is what Jodi just shared. And her batch, there's batch numbers. So
Yes.
it's like a lot number. And that's, I'm assuming, because it's those scraps. So Jodi's was batch 0222. This is batch 0722. So different runs of the yarn. So I love it. I love a tweed. And then you get to see some beautiful dyed colors. I don't know. Is this one dyed or they do gray wool? This one's called Soot. I think it's dyed.
This is a mauvey pink. It's
don't
called
know.
Lullaby. A mauvey pink purple. And then look at this. It's called Bliss.
I mean, you could do that Northwoods V striped and tweedy,
yeah.
right? So
There's also
they're coming out with new colors,
a
which is really
blue.
exciting. Well, we shared
We shared the blue.
the blue and the pale yellow,
Yes.
which were a Jimmy Beans wool's exclusive colors.
Oh, the blue is so
We
good.
gave those away in amazing prizes, so hopefully there'll be something gorgeous from other knitters.
This is my first tweed
and
item. Oh,
right?
amazing.
But
Yes.
I feel like tweed is great, but then when you do it in these super bright, it's even more great. Like
Yeah.
it's more fun.
Yeah.
So thank you, Hedgehog Fibers. And did we get this one there too? Bliss?
Yeah, I gave you one.
Yeah. So 2 of these are a gift from Jodi, and some of them are from the amazing folks at Hedgehog. And they also sent, it makes me want to spin so badly. They sent fiber. Now they have clubs too, right?
Remember, you guys, I was
Jodi
clever.
was in lots of
Yeah.
clubs, and I think there's a fiber club. This one is 70% Corriedale, 15% Sari silk, and then 15% silk.
Beautiful.
I can't get over what that is.
Oh, wow. That's going to be beautiful spun.
We're going to have to do some kind of a giveaway for
Yeah.
the spinners.
Is that 100 grams?
Yes.
Wow, that seems like a lot. So
125. 125.
Okay. But I mean, it's going to go. It seems like a giant amount, but by the time you squish it and spin it,
Oh my goodness, the color alone.
yeah, pink and yellow are so
Oh.
good together.
Look at all the bits. Like there's the sari silk there too, but then it just glows in person with the silk fiber that's in it.
Elaine, I'm not going to try spinning because then I won't have time for anything else.
I totally want to. I do. That's another thing on my list. Not this year, I don't think, but I would love to spin some yarn. I was going to be shit at first. Like it's going to be so bad, but I would love to spin.
You
Excuse
just
me.
spit on me.
I just spit and
Yeah.
spin.
Yeah. I would
think it'll
love
be
to try
really
it.
fun.
You know what I would love to do? I'd love to take a class. Just
totally.
one, like a couple of, like I
Even
would.
like a weekend.
Yeah.
Like where you do quite a big workshop where
Oh, what if you don't like it?
by the end of the weekend we'd be pros.
Right.
So thank you, Hedgehog Fibres. Major yarn crush since the day I ever saw
Right.
your yarn.
Yeah.
So
That is going to be fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
and the tweed. I can't get over the fun tweed.
Look what I found. It's for you. It's been in my closet for years.
Jodi, you should make
No,
it.
I'm not
my
gonna
God,
do
I'm
it.
totally gonna make
They're
it.
mini hedgehogs.
Thank you. Oh my God, they're so cute.
It's from Going Gnome years ago, Tracie. It might have been, you know what? That might have been
So they don't package in these things anymore.
from Rhinebeck when we were there in
So-
2017.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can go to Going Gnome. They do have kits of minis. Like, I think they had like owls.
Mhm.
They had something. They don't only have gnomes, is basically what I'm trying to say. Like, you can get a kit that's just mushrooms. Like, maybe you did a whole bunch of gnomes and you just want mushrooms. They've got that.
But how cute are those with
this
the crazy
is
hair?
so cute.
I feel like I would be really good at spinning.
Of course you do.
I picture my yarn perfect.
Literally.
Like spin cycle.
Right. First chats.
No, I'm
First
just
try.
kidding.
Move over.
I feel like the curve might be big.
I think so too, but it's also, I think, very soothing. People love it.
Melodical. Is that a word?
Yes, but it's more like music.
Oh. Like very rhythmical, like very like
yeah,
like
yeah. I mean, I would love it, and I feel like there's such beautiful,
meditative.
yeah, meditative for sure. Oh my goodness, all the spinners are freaking out. They're like, "Yes, you have to do it." I'm definitely gonna do it. I would love it. That thing, like Andrea Mowry, I watch her podcast on Fridays or whenever she releases her videos. She just recently did another thing where she spun all the yarn and now she's getting herself a sweater out of it. That's on my knitter's bucket list. Yeah.
Okay. Is everybody out there crazy obsessed with her new sweater?
I know. I should pull it up.
The fade again.
Shift again.
Shift again sweater. I was going to say
You're always
fade again.
this close.
Close, but not quite.
I love it. And actually I brought some yarn out too because I just think it's so beautiful, that sweater. Love it. And it's steeked. So you think, oh, I don't want to do cardigan where I've got a purl every second row. No, that's not what's happening. It's all knit in the round. So I think it's going to be, I don't want to say super quick because it's a 28 stitch gauge, but it's not as bad as having to purl every second round. So you are just knitting and slipping. And I think, again, rhythmic, fun, meditative. You're just knitting and slipping and knitting and slipping, right?
Her version in Spin Cycle is stunning.
Oh, come on. It's so beautiful.
It's stunning.
So she's got the really dark base and then her colors are popping, right?
Like, you guys.
It's so beautiful.
Actually, the second I saw it, I thought that's a Tracie sweater.
Isn't that so funny that you said that?
Yeah.
I don't know why you...
I don't know.
Because it's a pullover has come out years ago.
Right.
Is it the shift? There's like shift, shifty,
Sure.
shift along. I don't know.
Yeah.
But the pullover is years ago. And it wasn't these colors. It was more olive-y. I think also these colors are more me.
Maybe that's it.
Maybe. The
Yeah.
dark teal like that.
I
So
just
yes,
think it's
the whole
pretty
thing is done in spin
spectacular.
cycle. The
Yes.
main color, contrast color,
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
So, you know, I added to cart a kit. And it was out of my yarn budget range,
Right.
which we all decide every time we shop for yarn.
Yeah.
Is that in my budget? Yes, no, whatever. This was way out of my budget.
Andrea, just so you know, Andrea has excellent suggestions
Yes.
in the pattern and on Ravelry on perfect swaps.
Right.
So you can get the same look.
And we're sort of talking about spinning, and that's what made me think. This sweater, all of these patterns that she has where you're slipping stitches and you want a yarn that's changing color is literally made for hand spun yarn.
Yes.
If you're a spinner and you had, a stash at home, you already have the yarn to make this.
Yeah.
Which is really exciting.
So just before we pass along, Spin Cycle did have amazing kits that they put together.
Gosh, so many.
So if you guys are interested, head on over to Spin Cycle because they have incredible kits that they've curated.
So I used to work at a yarn store for like 3 or 4 years, and I did learn a thing or two. And when we had a sample of something, people wanted it in that color and that yarn.
Yeah.
Literally.
Sample sell.
The color is the first color to go away, and then people just really want that yarn.
Mm-hmm.
So in the spirit of people thinking, I really want it to look like that, but maybe it's not in my budget, you can definitely go to the pattern page and check out other yarns that Andrea has suggested, which is awesome.
I actually think she suggested this.
But I have a bunch because I'm totally obsessed with color changing yarn. I absolutely love it. It's like self-striping to me. I keep buying balls of it, and
well, like when I was knitting that hat on my, it's like I couldn't stop.
It is so much fun to knit with. So the ones that I have in my stash that would totally work, my most recent one I bought is from Feederbrook Farm, and this we got at Rhinebeck. It's 100% BFL, and so you get 260 yards. I don't know.
That's beautiful.
It is beautiful. I don't know that this is so much price difference, but it is a bigger skein. Something that I know for sure is a price difference is Yarn Hero.
That's beautiful. The orange and the blues.
This color is called Groovy.
Yeah, it is
It's
groovy.
so good. So the sweater is sport weight, but the gauge is like 28 stitches. I feel like you could get that gauge with like an 80-20 fingering. But so Yarn Hero does fingering, sport sometimes, DK, and maybe worsted. So
listen, if that sweater was a DK, if that was worsted, I might be knitting it.
Right. Wouldn't that be amazing to get a heavier version?
And maybe she will come out with a heavier version, but
maybe. I don't know.
I mean, it's stunning.
But
that's beautiful.
This skein, so Yarn Hero, they have 100-gram skeins and this is the DK and it's 240 yards. But the fingering and sport, there's the sport I think is 300 meters.
You guys, there's pink, green. I don't know if you look at this.
Oh, here we go right here. Here's the sport. So it is 330 yards for about 100 grams. So this is, again, Yarn Hero Sport. So the skein of yarn is basically double what Spin Cycle has, which is awesome. So it brings down the price. The good old Zobber balls, which I love.
Stunning.
Like literally, you just can't even. And there's 400 meters on these. I feel like you could use a sock yarn.
She had Zauberball on there with an excellent
Zauberball.
So
and really bring the cost down, because that doesn't mean that you can't make the sweater awesome just because the yarn's out of your budget.
So here's the thing. When I go on there, it ends up being 600 US, 600, but by the time the conversion to Canadian,
I just got choked.
We're not lucky because Spin Cycle with the Canadian dollar exchange ends up being pricier when you're looking for a full range for a garment.
And this is not criticism. This is, I love the yarn and I love the pattern and I really want to make it. But just because our dollar's crap doesn't mean that I'm not going to try something else. But when it was $683 to make one sweater, I just thought, wow, I could knit a lot of sweaters for $683.
So that's why.
So there's options. I don't want people to not knit it or not love it. Like, I think there's knit-alongs going on. Listen, minis, scrappy. there's lots of, things like Cascade. I don't have Cascade, but I saw it in the yarn shop. They do a yarn like this,
Yeah.
like a fingering
Yes, they
weight,
do.
color changing yarn,
It's
and
beautiful.
I know that's going to be
Yeah.
very cost effective. So
Listen,
don't stop just because the yarn that's in the sample isn't in your budget or whatever you want to call it.
and if it is in your budget, go for it and enjoy it, and don't feel guilty
Zero
for a
judgment.
second.
I'm not judging anybody here. I'm not judging.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to show options because I don't want people to not.
We're just
Go for
sour
it.
because our dollar's so bad,
Oh
and
my
it makes
God.
spin cycle a little
Listen.
more pricey for us.
I know I spend a lot of money on yarn. I do know that. But I also want to keep knitting. And I just know there's options.
Yeah.
Options are great. Zobber Ball, if I had to pare things down to like a top 10, for sure this would be there.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway,
It's pretty
lots,
amazing.
Lots of fun
Yeah.
colors.
Love that.
So yes, a shift again just might be in my future, Jodi,
I thought of you when you saw us
because it's steeked.
it's amazing.
So you knit around and around and around, and then you cut your steek.
I
at the
actually
end.
think you don't need to steek it. Like, I actually think it's going to be stunning as a pullover. You just have to make sure you continue the pattern here. There's steeking instructions. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
There has to be thought
Right.
put
right,
into
right,
it.
Right. Well, then you could just use the other pattern.
Oh, is it a fingering weight still again?
It's the same yarn.
Okay.
So if you do love the pullover, maybe people have already knit it. But if you want the cardigan,
Yeah.
this is it.
Love it.
Yeah. So anyway,
Okay.
love the pattern.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Can't wait to see what people
Yeah.
do.
I went into all the when it first came out, all the test knitters had put theirs in. It's so beautiful seeing the other colors. So yeah.
Yeah.
Love it.
And listen, I love spin cycle yarn. I love it. I have a stash of it. I am not saying that I think if you want to knit with it, you should absolutely knit with it. I love it. I actually got a new color to show you today.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love that for us. Okay, sock.
Oh.
So this is Patton's Croy sock yarn. Tracie had cranked me a tube. This is fingering weight. This takes a second to knit these heels and toes. I mean, not a ton of time, but compared to DK, I'm so lazy. I can't even. This is a very popular Patton's Croy colorway, you said.
Yeah. It's one of the first ones I ever saw. And I remember thinking just how much I loved. First of all, I love gray and I love stripes. And I just think it's really, this is one, I just bought more of this yarn because I think it's so nice.
I just have the heel on the second sock. But do you know what's funny, you guys? Right here, it goes blue and then it goes navy, red, orange, yellow. Oh, just a minute.
Oh yeah, what happened there?
Isn't that funny how it glitched with this orange?
Huh.
It's not you, it's the
So
sock.
is this tube longer?
No, it's the same.
But
it-
yeah,
but
it
it's
doesn't
funny.
quite-
It
Isn't that
glitched with the
funny?
colors. I think this might be worth more. You know, like those coins that are minted with a glitch.
There you
that are
go.
worth. I think these are going to
Put
be
it in a
worth
frame.
$5,000.
Put it in a frame.
But you guys, this, I get.
Okay,
why,
I have a ball right over here. Somebody said, what color is that?
I get why you and the recipients of the socks you've given gush over this sock yarn.
And Jodi, it's very tough.
It is amazing.
It's not merino.
Blue rag.
It's called, blue striped rag.
Okay, Kelly's wearing these exact socks right now. You and my husband are going to be twins.
There you go.
It's beautiful, you guys.
There you go. Blue striped rag. And it's, so the thing is with this yarn, it comes in 50-gram balls.
Yeah.
So unless you're making short socks or kids socks or whatever, you need 2 balls to make socks. So this, Jodi,
Because it's 50 grams, you said, right?
50 grams balls. So this 150-gram ball is this sock, and I used contrast for the cuff.
Yeah.
So this is the whole 50 grams on kind of a bigger stitch gauge for, It's only 64 stitches, but it's on a bigger needle
Because
size.
I barely took any off.
Yeah. So I cranked this on my sock machine, which is 64 stitch cylinder. A little bit larger stitch. So these are actually, I can measure.
And Shane's size 13.
So these are about an 8-inch circumference for more like a 8 3/4, like a wider foot.
Yeah.
So that's sort of what we do for men's socks with the sock machine.
Isn't it so good?
I think he's gonna like them.
He's going to love them.
So
It's
these
for
are for his birthday?
Yeah. I didn't forget, but I didn't get them done at Christmas, and I thought his birthday's around
It's
the corner.
perfect.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
you don't really need an occasion to knit someone a pair of socks, but it's kind of nice as a gift.
Yeah.
I
agree.
did a pair for my husband too. We both, our husbands, our birthdays.
Let me measure. I know their shoes aren't the same, but like, does this not look fucking giant?
It does look giant.
Like too giant.
Well, did you go by the chart?
Yeah.
Well, then it's fine. If you're using the chart of the measurements, Jodi, it's going to work. So Jackson's are a bit bigger than this, and then Shane's a bit bigger than that.
Well, he's size 13. Plus, they do shrink a bit in the wash. Do
No,
you wash
this
them?
is super wash. Oh. Better not shrink. Ew, that's going to be really... But I do also love this marl color.
Yes.
It's called gray marl. I mean, I use it for everything.
Oh my God. She cranked the tube and then gave me this. She said, use this for the heels and toes. It's perfect. Okay, these are beautiful.
Okay, so I don't know what color this is. This is another Patton's Croy.
That's good. Are we using the same contrast?
Yep. I use it for everything. And so I used it for the cuff too. I don't know what this is called, but I'm sure there's not very many that look like this.
Yeah.
So it's kind of grays and denim.
So this is an OG color?
Yeah, that's a really
Is that
old.
a newer? Because they come out with collections.
But I think this is so popular that it just keeps getting made.
Yeah.
And I noticed my older Patton's Croy is thicker. Like this is thinner than that ball of gray.
Yes, I noticed that.
This is closer. Like they call it a fingering weight, but for a long time I would say no, it's not. But that gray you're using is thicker.
I agree.
It's more like sport weight. But these that I've ordered this is more like a fingering weight.
And that's okay.
I
to
love
have
it.
your heels and toes a tad thicker, because that's where where some of the wear is.
This is the first pair that I did for Jeff with the folded cuff. Before I've been doing like 2 inches of ribbing. And he loves them.
They stay
He
up
said
so
they
nice,
fit
you guys.
so like he's been wearing these. Like I said, I have to borrow your socks. So he's been wearing them a lot, and they look brand new. He loves them. So I will continue to be making these. They are super woolly. They're in no way like merino sock yarn. They're woolly.
They're woolly, but I wouldn't say like
Offensive.
way scratchy.
No.
Yeah.
And the reason is I just feel like big people, like big guys and boots and stuff might be harder on their sock yarn or harder on the... So I really wanted something tough. And let me tell you, love. This is going to be... He's got, I don't know how many pairs of this. So...
I have a couple of things that tie right perfectly into sock talk.
Okay.
I also cranked a couple of tubes.
Jodi.
What did we do before we hung a hem on the sock machine?
I don't even know. Well, you were insisting on hand. Can you believe you did it by hand? It's so...
And it was fairly quickish. But
kind of. But you're right. Doing it by hand is totally fine. But this color is amazing. Oh my gosh.
Okay, you guys.
Tell me all about it.
It's a brand new color, but it's not available right now. It's Lollipop Yarn. Follow her newsletter because
Tell me, what do you mean by that? It's a brand new color, but it's not available.
Because it was a pre-order. Like this, by the time you get the yarn, it's already happened.
Okay.
Right? Like I know, but look, she does a worsted base.
Worsted?
I think it's worsted. I don't have the tag anymore. I threw it out.
Well, makes sense. I mean, she's already got the beefcake.
She does.
Sport.
Yeah, this is
fingering
worsted.
Sport.
Yeah.
But maybe DK, no? Feels thicker?
A little bit thicker. I got you one of these. I took it out of the bag.
Jodi.
Just a minute.
Jodi, you will use this.
No, because I got another one.
Talk about someone.
Okay, so but look how beautiful it looks knit up. Don't you love stripes? You
I do.
guys?
I do. And I mean, knitting them, of course, on the machine is super fast with the tube. But even hand knitting DK or worsted or sport socks, they go really fast.
Really fast.
And I feel like that's a really good tip if someone wants to get into sock knitting, but they think, oh, the needles are so small and the yarn
Takes
is
forever.
so fine. Knit yourself a pair of DK socks first. You may never knit fingering weight socks. But thank you, Jodi. This color is amazing. It's kind of like a watercolor. Like
Oh, Yarn
it's-
Fairy. She said it's Yarn Fairy. I thought it had the name Pig in it.
You're the yarn fairy?
Jodi, your yarn is Yarn Fairy.
Oh, it's called
Oh,
Yarn Fairy.
I'm the Yarn Fairy because I give you yarn.
Well, that's
It
true.
takes a second.
That's true.
I agree. Good morning, Vincent.
Oh, Vincent. Oh my gosh.
Kelly also made, you know, those sweaters with sock
Yeah.
yarn striped with, then you get the arms
That's
stripes.
a great idea too.
That's also fun.
Yes, maybe you don't want to make socks with.
Yeah.
I mean, you can do cowls, you can do hats, you can do. Come on, you're the knitter. You can do whatever
Yeah.
you want. You can do whatever you want.
Okay.
Jodi, thank you. Oh my God, this is so beautiful. This is very different with the
It's like
every
speckly.
stripe is
Yes.
kind of like tonally different.
Yes.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
She's a beautiful
Lollipop
doll.
yarn.
Yeah. Look at
Don't
this.
you know these come with tags, right?
Yes, I cut it out of the bag. I don't know.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, so you guys, do you remember when Gary Knits and
That's
Rides
amazing. Yes.
showed his socks, and I this is from Always Be Kind Yarn. Remember that was the
yes,
yarn,
yes, yes.
and she did a pre-order. Well, this is my pre-order
Get out of town.
that arrived. So this one is called Inclusive Pride Stripes, and you got to choose your mini color.
No way.
So she was very generous and sent DK. Okay, I didn't know that you could get it in DK yarn.
Okay.
So I ordered 2 of the fingering weights, and she sent 2 DK weights.
What?
So we're going to be able to do a giveaway, but this is the all-inclusive pride flag.
I love that. I mean, I just love the idea
Aren't
of that.
these amazing?
Yes.
Okay. She is such an advocate for mental health and the LGBTQ community. She is, I adore her.
We should
and
do
what
a
she stands
special
for.
giveaway
Yes, we should.
where everybody should follow. I mean, you should. Please go to Always Be Kind Yarn. All of the people we're talking about, we would love it if it really boosts their business if you will follow them, if you will like some of their posts or share some of their posts on Instagram. It really makes a difference to small businesses.
She sent a ton of stickers.
Get out of town.
Laura is in here. So Laura, first of all, I just want
She
to say
is?
a
Hi,
huge
Laura.
thank you. She's supporting suicide prevention and
that.
awareness.
Look at that.
Yeah. So, oh my God, I just adore her.
Okay,
So, it says, thank you for your purchase. Remember that you matter and sprinkle kindness like confetti. Put that stuff on everything.
Well, isn't that just beautiful?
Yeah.
Knitting keeps me from unraveling. I love that.
There's also
We should do a really special. They're all special giveaways, but I would love to highlight.
Yeah. She's also sent some coupons for the Rainbows for Kayla sock pattern from her from Ravelry. And it includes 2 heel options. Thank you for supporting suicide awareness prevention. So Kayla is Laura's daughter. Kaylin, who she lost to suicide. So now that's her mission. And I adore what she's done. I adore how she's keeping her daughter's name in the forefront of everybody.
To help others.
Yep.
Yeah.
And what she has done is given us a coupon code for her
No
shop.
way.
So code GGKIND15 is going to get you 15% off your whole purchase.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. You guys, this is one of many yarns that she has. It came with the cutest rainbow stitch marker. Actually, there's
Oops.
different ones. This is a rainbow heart. It's a different
like
one.
a little progress keeper. How cute
Yes.
is that?
So we
Well,
love her.
Okay.
Laura, thank you. We love you. Thank you for the code. Thank you for what you're doing.
Thank you for supporting our knit-alongs and community and sending big love for sure. That's amazing.
Yeah, so I was
Amazing.
so excited to get this in the mail.
Okay. Very, very exciting.
Yeah.
Jodi,
so we're
these
gonna do a
socks
giveaway.
are amazing.
Amazing. They're gonna be for Max.
Of course.
Yeah, and her queer self is gonna love these.
Yes.
Okay.
Jodi.
I adore this all.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. And exciting.
So we're gonna give away 2 skeins of yarn. Isn't it beautiful?
Are you going to make another pair?
I
with
don't
this
know.
one?
Not if you want it.
No, no, no. I love it. It's beautiful and it means a lot. That's really gorgeous.
Oh my god, I cannot wait to finish these. Okay.
Yes.
Perfect.
Okay, I have. Oh shoot! In all of our Tweety talking, I was going to share my whip
Yeah, you.
because I'm still knitting my Tweety sweater, which also happens to be a raglan. I really have no business casting on another sweater.
Are you
I
going
could just
to?
finish. I could just keep knitting on this one. This is Hedgehog Fibres Tweety in their regular base, but it was a different dye lot. So you can see the tweed is a little, it's not as neon. I see a lot of blues and golds and greens. I love it, but there's definitely a difference in the tone, which is so cool. So when you get, if you're going to get a sweater, get the same
enough.
batch.
Yeah.
So this sweater is, the pattern I'm using is called the Classic, which is a free pattern from Espace Tricot. But I'm sort of making it like the Paloma. I really wanted some texture, so they're both free patterns. The Paloma has a twisted rib down the sleeve, so I'm doing that. And then I also added, just myself, I added a bit of that twisted rib to the front. So it's kind of a mishmash of both patterns. And that's it.
It's really beautiful, and I love how you tweaked it like that.
I do too. I think it's going to be really, again, like something I'll just wear the heck out of. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I know why. In July, all I did was cast on sweaters.
I guess.
This one I finished, and my yellow sequin one I finished.
Yeah.
This one did not get, I have like 2 that are kind of half done.
Yeah.
See these little tags? I don't know if you noticed.
I actually noticed it on your other one.
Yeah. So we
so
got these when
good.
we were in Montreal.
You guys, they're one of the nicer tags I've seen.
They're by, it's called Kylie and the Machine. I sort of felt organized. Labels by Kylie and the Machine, and they look like this. So this one says one of a kind, and you just sew them in. I was actually wondering if you
super
could like
cute.
iron them in with that sticky stuff. You know that tape?
Oh, of course you could.
So this one says one of a kind, and it's just literally a garment tag. There's nothing.
Because you will need a needle and a thread.
Yeah, so I did sew both of these on with yarn. But I think they're really cute. And I bought another one that says made with love and swear words. So there's,
I love those.
so now like with 3 packages of tags, I can go forever.
If you don't mark the back,
Well,
you kind of take a second each time.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it does just make it so much easier to just know you've got the back.
Yeah.
But loving the Tweety, loving my Mrs. Brown's bag. I love this style, Jodi.
Oh, that was a scrappy one just for you.
This was a special scrappy one. So I love it.
Okay, funny you say that because I brought a bag to show. So anybody asking, I have Mrs. Brown's bags for sale very soon. Not right now,
I've been worried.
but soon. But I did get some fabric for Max, who is a tattoo artist, and I made them a bag.
Oh, when you brought this, I was like, what? This is amazing. This is so, your tote bags are out of this world.
So I gave them one of my knit stitch fabric tote bags. They use it every day to and from work with
then
their work stuff.
They're going to freak out with
So
this one.
I thought that they needed one, like, this is fabrics from Spoonflower, and all I did was search tattoo, and there was like hundreds
And you chose a nice canvas.
It's called their dogwood denim, and that's also what I use.
Mm.
It's very canvasy, thick, durable, and then I put the waterproof poly canvas fabric on the bottom.
That's an amazing tote bag. And you've got the slip pocket, which is so great.
On both sides, and it's got a zipper.
That's amazing.
You know, it's fun getting back to something that you love and haven't done forever.
Right. I mean, it's crazy because you love dyeing, you love sewing.
I love
They're
it
both
all.
so intensive time-wise and
Yes.
labor-wise that it's really hard to do them both.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah. Do you have any more knitting?
I just wanted to talk about this.
Okay.
Do you have knitting?
I have one more project.
Okay, good. You go.
Okay. It's living in my beautiful Paradise Island bucket. It's plumb full. So this was that men's classic raglan that I started. It's by Jane Richmond, the pattern, and the yarn is by Barrett Wool. And I started this for my husband. I don't know how far I was last time. I had color work last time, right?
Did you?
I don't know.
Probably.
I think so. So I've spent a lot of time knitting this and my test knit sweater. So,
You've gotten
but look
far.
how long look how long it is.
Like, are you getting kind of close to where you think you might be
So
ribbing?
Jeff tried it on, and the reason I added the sleeves, it was just to make sure my fit was right for the body, that it was fitting
Sure.
in here first before I decided to bind off the body. So
How did it feel?
he loves it.
It felt good under
It
his
felt
arms?
good. But the sleeves were way too big. I had
Well,
I
thank God-
had a bit of a knitting heart attack. Like I was online looking for yarn that actually I'm using yarn that is heavier than in the pattern. My gauge is different than in the pattern. So far it's been totally smooth sailing, but
Like way too big?
Jodi, look at this sleeve.
I was going to say, can't you decrease real
Now
quick?
look at this sleeve.
Yeah.
There's a huge difference. So I frogged one of the sleeves, ripped the whole thing out.
Was the sleeve done to the cuff?
No, this is it. I
Okay,
just
yeah.
wanted to knit 4 or 5 inches so he could try them on properly.
That's a good tip. Can you say that? You don't need to do the whole sleeve?
No, you didn't need to do the whole sleeve. I just wanted it to fit his arms properly so that you know how sometimes with sleeves it'll lift up your sweater
Yeah.
a little bit. So by doing a bit of the sleeves and trying it on, I'm going to get a way more accurate picture of where the body lies. So as far as how many inches of stockinette and then ribbing I have left to do. I was a little bit
Like, oh my gosh, is this going to work?
a little bit like that. But let me tell you, all I did was pick up half the number of stitches the second time around. I was following the pattern, which is amazing. This pattern is amazing. I would knit from it 20 times at least.
Yeah.
So all I did was pick up half the number of stitches that was in the pattern. And the pattern said to knit for 3 plain inches, then start decreasing. And because I knew I had a little bit of extra fabric, I started decreasing right away. This fits like a dream.
So how did you pick up, because those stitches are there, are ready for you to pick up. How do you
I picked
only
up
pick
every
up
second
half?
one. I picked up every second one. Still looks pretty good. And I mean, I haven't woven in my ends. There's going to be like a hole looking because I haven't woven in my ends. But it still turned out okay.
It did.
Yeah, it still turned out okay. And that is because I'm knitting like this yarn's fatter than the yarn that the pattern had.
Mm-hmm.
But let me tell you, the fix was pretty.
Easy.
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
If I wasn't so obsessed with the test knit, I've been having so much fun knitting those cables. But I said to myself this weekend, I'm gonna get back to this.
You could be done.
Well, I don't know about done, but a very good portion of.
Yeah.
So now I know I really only need like 5 more inches of body before I can do a couple of inches of ribbing.
It's beautiful.
I am alternating skeins of this yarn. This I didn't think I had to do it. This Barrett wool, I didn't think I had to, but when I started my sleeve, and was just knitting plain with one skein, I did notice a bit of a difference. So it's no big deal to just have 2 skeins going,
No.
and every round I'm switching.
You'd never want to finish and look back and think,
No.
wow, I
No.
should have.
And you can see it kind of looks tonal. I love that look.
I love that.
It looks kind of like well loved and
Yeah.
worn in.
Yeah.
And I'm using the helical knitting where I'm slipping the last 3 stitches of every round and then just starting with the new yarn.
Mm-hmm.
I do have a Ravelry project page, and I linked the helical knitting video. So if you're not sure what I mean, there's lots of great videos on YouTube. I love the pattern, and I love literally the whole thing's 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
I would completely agree. The fabric that sweater is making is incredible.
Yeah. I would love to knit him one. Jane's sample used Cascade 220. So just a regular worsted weight
Nice yarn.
wool.
Yeah.
I would love to knit him another one in that.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually shopping for that, thinking I'm going to have to frog this whole thing.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
But look at you.
It worked out great, Jode.
I have man hands.
What makes you say that?
I
You
just
don't.
No, when
I
I
have
look at
old
my
lady,
hands,
wrinkly.
I have my Bubba's hands.
That's awesome, don't you think? Don't you think you love looking at and thinking of people in your family like I have so and so's hands?
No, because I always thought her hands looked like man hands.
There's nothing wrong with man hands.
No.
I actually think. I don't have pretty hands either.
I'm going to have to cross hand model off my list.
You should.
Mm.
You can do lots of other things. I actually love that my hands look kind of like they do stuff.
Sure, work hands.
Right?
It's funny. I was just looking down at my hands. I've always thought it.
Anyway, I also, for my test knit, because there was a chart and I'm doing all this keeping track of things, I was using my Coco Knits Maker's Board.
You guys, just because we sell this is not why I'm going
I
to say this.
just want to share it again because we got more in and it's like few and far between. Like
They sell out so quick.
they do sell out so fast.
You don't want to knit on a paper pattern without one of these.
For sure.
Yeah.
It really does keep your things organized. I've got so many patterns in here right now because I can have a pattern going on the inside. And then when I was doing my test knit, it's all metal. Like there's a metal sheet in the.
Can you show how it stands up, please?
Sure. I have so much stuff in here.
But there's also, it does come with one long, does it come with a long thing? Or no, that's the gate. Oh, it comes with these little discs of magnets.
It comes with lots of magnets. All of these magnets, the 2 rulers are extra. But it pops up, and then you can literally just pop it closed and shove it in your bag, and it's very thin. As far as gadgets go, I feel like this is an amazing tool. Amazing tool.
Yeah.
Because if you're ever going to knit from a chart, this is something I feel like you need.
And if
It's a great
if you
gift,
wanted
too.
to do an add-on, you should get the gauge rulers, the ruler set to go with it.
I do love it because they really keep
you
my
can move
place.
the ruler up as you go if you're following a chart or
And I've got this other little magnet. This is Coco Knits also. Her row counter is amazing. So I had my chart here, and then I would just click my row counter. It was a
you guys, these
dream.
are tools for makers that makes your knitting experience so much better.
Yeah.
Can you do it other ways? Yes.
For sure.
But if you felt like treating yourself, this maker's board is incredible.
Yeah.
Buy the ruler with
And
it.
there always seems to be issues with like supply with these. So we got a bunch more, got a bunch of the rulers.
Yeah, so they're in stock
They're in
right now.
stock, and I don't love all gadgets. This is one I consider, like, if you love chart knitting, like color work knitting or whatever, I would always use this.
Okay, we have more to show you, but right now, because we just said this was in our shop, the other thing that was listed today was Amy of La Bien-Aimée has come out with her second book for pre-order.
Yes.
Neons and Neutrals. It's a hot pink cover. It's got 16 patterns.
So coming this spring, is Neons and Neutrals. It's another collection, many designers, and actually many yarns this time. Amy's first book, Worsted, incredible. Giant hit. They're beautiful linen covered hardcover books. This one incorporates other yarns as well as Amy's beautiful yarns. Today is the first glimpse of the book cover.
She has teased some of the patterns.
Yeah. So there's a pre-order in our shop. If you would like to get a copy now, it will ship March 3rd.
March
Is that
3rd.
right? So everywhere you'll see that there are lots of pre-orders happening now. And we, of course, we're going to have that in our shop. I actually can't wait to knit out of it.
You guys, we've seen the patterns.
The color, yeah.
As a stockist, we've seen the patterns.
A little sneak peek.
We cannot talk about them. She has shown some of them on her Instagram.
Yeah.
They're spectacular.
It's another amazing collection.
Spectacular.
Yes. And
Also,
I love the hot pink.
The cover, my needles will be ready to go with the cover pattern.
So
the day it comes out.
They're actually going to be showing the patterns.
Starting February 9th.
Yes. So February 9th, you're going to see all the designs in the book.
Yeah.
That's my wedding anniversary. And then March 3rd is the day that you can purchase, like go to the store and buy the book, or we can ship it out to you. So
2 things. Worsted is now available as a digital download. The
Yes.
whole Worsted book.
yes.
Not just the single patterns you can get, but the whole worsted book as a whole is now available for digital download purchase. This book also, with the release on March 3rd, there will also be a digital copy for purchase available.
So this was book number 1.
It didn't come with a digital copy. You couldn't purchase a digital copy with this.
No.
Now you can.
Okay.
But-
Actually, that's kind of big news. This is a Lina published.
Yeah.
Lina Publishing, and typically they don't do digital copies.
So if you're looking for the online version of the new one, it will be available the same day the hardcover is published.
And
Are you surprised I know that?
Jodi, you sound like
I
you
read
know.
it. I read it.
And honestly, now they're eventually. I think Worsted is now available in English, French, and Japanese. And there's also going to be the same for Neons and Neutrals is the name of this book. Neons and Neutrals. I mean, excuse me? What? That sounds 100% like something.
You guys, the patterns are spectacular.
Congratulations to all the designers. If you go to Lina's Instagram or website or Amy's, you can read more about the designers that are involved and the yarns that are coming. And it's just sort of like we're all getting excited for the release.
Listen, Amy does not do anything that's not 500% of her blood, sweat, and tears.
Yeah.
These books that she curates are spectacular. This is going to be a must-have.
So there are some sneak peeks out there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, there are.
I'm going to be,
Neon's going to be big this year.
I'm so thrilled about that
Yeah.
because it's still like close to my heart. I love a neon. And when you put it with neutrals, it can be really elegant and fun. So yay,
agree.
yay, yay.
That was a good transition.
It is.
Yeah.
And I mean, if people are, in Canada or whatever, you can, or a pre-order, you can order anybody.
Lots of stockists
Anybody.
have it.
Lots of stockists have it, but
Yeah.
it's in our shop today.
Okay, you guys. So we've talked about this yarn before.
I have your pink too still. Did you want the pink or
No.
not really?
I'm okay with, what I really wanted to do?
What?
I wanted to play with it.
Yeah.
It's, you guys, it's very, like when people say it comes apart, it's pre-wool. It's not spun.
This is Wool Dreamers Manchalope, and it comes in these plates, and it's spun yarn, but it's not twist. Like there's no twist. I don't know what you call it.
They call it pre-yarn.
Okay. Like there's no twist on it.
None.
It is just, it's like roving.
And it's 2-ply, not plied together, and you're supposed to work with those 2 plies at the same time.
So
It's already comes off as 2.
And it is a DK weight. So
Yeah.
you think, oh, wow, that looks
Not
really big
ply.
and bulky.
Yeah.
It's not. You use needles. So this is Wool Dreamers.
Pencil roving.
Pencil roving. Yeah, that totally makes sense.
Yeah.
But it is unspun. Like normally they take this in a mill and then the next
Twist
step
it.
is to twist,
Yeah.
put some twist on it,
Yeah.
which will give you strength, right? So anyway, Jodi, so now
So-
you...
What I found was the only time it came apart is if this was snagged and not coming up so freely. I never had a problem where it broke as I was knitting it. If it just had a little bit of tension when I was trying to pull this up. So I had it on the floor so it would just easily come up.
Oh, okay.
I also saw that some people hand twisted it into a ball and had real good success that way.
Oh, okay.
So it was not difficult to knit with as long as you made sure this was freely and loosely pulling off your plate.
It's light as a feather. Like this stuff weighs nothing.
Yeah. But look at this, you guys. Look at the amazing
Jodi, that
fabric
looks so
it made.
gorgeous.
I just did this swatch as we sat and chatted. I just wanted to see how amazing it was, and it was.
Lots of people, to add strength, will add like a strand of mohair to this type of yarn, which is really, it makes it... I mean, don't you think you'd love a sweater in this?
Let me tell you, it's rustic, but soft still. Has a slight tooth to it, but barely. I could have no problem wearing this next to skin.
And it's not even washed yet.
at all. Right.
It's non-superwash, so untreated. So if you pull it apart, you can felt this back together
Easily.
instantly.
Yeah.
It's going to felt, just even that rubbing, it totally felt.
Even this is already, because it's been in a bag,
Yeah.
has been starting to felt together.
Yeah. So
But-
you could wet felt your ends together in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is so amazing.
I
was so
this-
impressed.
So they call this one green. I noticed they came out with some bright colors.
That's the color. I'm just going to pull
They
that
came
up.
out with a tangerine orange and a really bright purple. This does come in many, many natural colors. This is a Spanish wool.
Is this
I'm not
Manchalope?
sure.
How do I find...
It's Wool Dreamers.
Right, sorry.
Wool Dreamers is the brand.
I just wanted to show the other colors that came out.
So our local yarn shop, the Fibre Nook, has it. I got yours from Boutique Crochet Co. Yeah, fun, right?
Yeah. Fun is right.
I really like that.
This,
one they call
if
green.
I was choosing, but it's a
It is, but it's aqua, it's a bluey greeny.
Yeah.
And then it looks so beautiful. There's plates that are like this that are 2 colors. So as you knit, it's going to kind of fade into. It's beautiful stuff. I mean, it's already, like you say, so soft.
I think it was fun to see
Jodi,
those
maybe that could be a new thing for you.
where I knit a garment. in this.
2023. Yes.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Because I am a patron of the
Oh yes, Newted in.
Newted in. So
Yeah.
I feel like I'm gonna get some yarn in some different colors.
Are you?
Although
So do you
this
just
is
get yarn from that, or you have to get an update and buy yarn?
an update?
Yeah,
but
yeah,
you
yeah.
get to be the first group.
So that's Swedish, I
Yeah.
think, Newted in, right? This
Listen.
is a Spanish. There's a
Did you just say the F word?
I did not. Okay, what's the one that's Lopi yarn?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so that's Icelandic, but they also have one like this, but they're using the Icelandic sheep, which is more rustic.
Okay, you know what I'm
this
gonna
is
do?
Spanish and very soft. Their whatever their wool is very soft.
So I'm gonna get Newted in, you guys, and we're gonna do a little comparison. We're gonna see. But you guys, this Wool Dreamers is beautiful.
Oh, super soft.
I would highly recommend it for anyone. And color work is spectacular.
Yes, Pluto Lopi. But I was trying to think. Yes, you're right. Thank you, Amanda.
It's
But when you look online, you'll think, oh, it's unspun. It's plates of. It looks the same. They're not really
right,
exactly the same. They're all using different wool, I think.
right,
So it's good to know because some people really want just soft,
yes,
and some people don't care. Like the Pluto Lopi that's kind of scratchy. You could put a mohair with it.
Sure you
and
can.
I'm sure it would be much softer, but
Sure you can.
but that's maybe something now you do a little research yourself, right? Order one and give it a whirl, see what you think.
I picture a sweater with this and then a vest, and then you go walking on the Highlands in Scotland. Done.
Are we going to Scotland? Because I'm totally knitting my Shetland sweater then.
Yeah.
Vincent said he loves yarn experiments. I know, Vincent.
And I'm not usually the one, but this really intrigues me. It's gorgeous, you guys. So if you're wondering, it's not difficult to knit with. It's not.
And it may just have a learning curve.
Yes.
Like maybe you are going to,
if
rip.
you're a tight knitter, you might have.
Well, yeah, but honestly.
It never ripped once as it was knitting it.
Right. But it really is, like, it gives you a fabric. It looks to me like you've knit with drops air.
And
do you know what I mean? That's what it gives me, that vibe, but woolier.
I meant to block this to see. It was a 5mm needle. It's what I had in my bag.
I was even thinking you can knit this on a bigger needle.
I was thinking the same thing.
So the gauge you're getting right now, I don't know. Anyway, we can figure it out later. But it definitely seems, I know they say it's a DK. It seems to me like you can knit it at a bigger gauge than that.
Well, this was 5mm.
Right.
And I still feel like you could go up to a 5.5 maybe. I'll
Right.
see once it's blocked. It'll bloom a little
There's
more.
quite a few patterns now, like
Yeah.
sweaters being designed in this. So you could totally check that out.
It's beautiful. What is the
I
price point
love it.
of this?
Not like
Do you remember?
$25.
Okay.
So
Is this 100 grams or about? Oh, you guys, it is light as a feather.
Let me see here.
It's beautiful. And you see this is a little bit gradiates from a little bit.
Some of them do, but some of them don't. You can also
This
get
blue doesn't.
solids.
I adore.
And like I said, our local yarn shop, like I did order this from Boutique Crochet Co. because I saw it at their booth. And when they came to the, so Wool Dreamers Manchalope, so on the Boutique Crochet Co. site is $23.50.
Okay.
Canadian dollars, 100 grams, 258 yards when you hold those two strands together. So pretty typical yardage of a DK yarn.
Yeah.
That's about like 230 meters per 100 grams.
Mm-hmm.
So, and they're saying, so there's a Ozetta Miles shirt pattern.
Mm-hmm.
Is that on here? Do they have this? Like the size 5X would need 8 wheels or plates of the yarn. Okay, what's the Ozetta pattern?
Oh, it's well, that's her name. She's the designer's name.
Ozetta Miles shirt.
Oh
no, you're right. By Ozetta, the Miles shirt. Okay, got it.
I'm obsessed with this designer.
Okay, got it. Okay, here's.
Okay, you know what else sweater came out? Oh, that port sweater. But that's not a raglan, is it?
Okay, so this, okay.
See, my printer. I don't know why it stopped because I printed the port sweater too. Ugh.
Okay, this is the Miles shirt jacket, and it's made in this yarn. Ooh, look at that.
You guys. That's like when a cardigan meets a robe.
What? Totally slouchy pocket. 15 stitch gauge on a 6mm needle they used.
Yes.
So you can absolutely, so even though they say it's DK, it's really fluffy. So, and
that
it goes
totally
up to a
appeals.
71-inch bust would be 8 plates of that. If you're going to knit a 56, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, then you're knitting obviously less. 1, 2, 3, 6 plates would make you that giant long cardigan. So if you were doing kind of a waist length, you wouldn't even need that many.
Okay.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. It's amazing.
Okay,
you guys, I do have one more thing to show. This is like the showstopper.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Jodi?
I'm knitting.
You never tell me anything.
Yeah, no, you don't know about this. The Saunders sweater. What's it called?
Easy like Sunday morning. Let me pull it up for you.
The Easy Like Sunday Morning Sweater is by Melissa
Yeah.
of Sonder Yarn. I wanted to cast on a raglan sweater for our knit along.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to make sure I picked something I hadn't knit before, but still has the same feel and shape to it that you love, right? And that's why I landed on this. So, you guys, the collar is folded, and I've chosen not to fold it. So, do you want to show the pattern? There's a name for that collar. I didn't bring the pattern.
Nice, Jodi.
Um,
Okay, so this is the design in a beautiful yellow. So you can see the collar is wider, and it's folded.
mhm.
It's stunning.
So instead of a folded collar,
There's Melissa's right there.
are you kidding me?
So it's got quite a deep raglan, which to me is really cozy. Right?
Yeah.
It's super cozy.
I'm making a couple of changes, and I'll see if it turns out the way I'm hoping.
If you make any mistakes,
I'm gonna.
I'll
blame
be
Tracie.
casting on
No.
later.
Okay, yeah. Melissa has kits in her shop for this sweater because it's originally knit in her Sunday morning DK with a mohair.
Yeah, with her mohair, halo mohair.
But I said
Okay, DK mohair?
that's not
Is-
enough. Yes.
Jodi.
So I'm adding sparkle.
What?
Do you guys remember I did that swatch?
This is epically gorgeous.
Look, can you see? OMG.
In person, it's insane.
Look
So
at it.
beautiful.
I just, every few rows, I look back and I just go like this. And I'm like,
It's
see it
like
sparkle.
the sea. Like, I don't even know what does that
Yeah.
look like.
So I'm knitting with, when this sweater came out, they're so generous to us. They said,
These-
do you want to knit it? And we'll send you yarn. And I said, yeah, I do.
gosh.
So this is their crew base in their window shopping color.
Yeah.
And this is glass in their mohair. But then I've added sparkle that my dealer hooked me up with. But the reason I love this so much is because it kind of is like, is there sparkle or isn't there sparkle?
The sequins in this are many but tiny.
Yes. See how
See? And tell everybody where they can get their bling. The bling bar.
the crafty jackalope.
Yes.
Yep. And this is the mega bling. You can get ones that have less, maybe a little bit bigger sparkle, but less frequent on your strand.
Can you see?
But because I picked one with the core being almost exactly, it's like a dove grayish.
Right.
It looks, you guys, like it matches.
Yeah, like you're there's no way you look at that and go, oh, I can see 3 strands of yarn being
No,
held.
that was like, that's your Marilyn McCoo sweater, your gold.
My Lento?
Inspired
I love
me
it.
because it just looks,
I
all-
love it so much.
Yeah.
So
if any sparkle is out of stock right now, Amanda says they're coming very, very soon.
Amanda's the one that's got us all
We didn't know.
knitting sparkle. And let me tell you, it is absolutely, to me, like you know how you say you keep stopping and looking this because you love it so much and
I do.
it brings you joy. Like, bring it on. Bring on the knits that bring you joy. This is a beautiful pattern. We loved the Turtle Dove original. We loved the Turtle Dove 2. And I mean, this is different, but in the same family
I
of
feel
fitting.
like she's, by changing the collar
Yeah.
and having the body very similar to a turtle dove, it brings a fresh new
Yeah,
pattern.
it's a different silhouette, and yet it's a similar knitting experience.
Yes.
Like, I love knitting these kind of sweaters.
Yeah.
So, and hello, Sunday morning DK and mohair, and then you add the sparkle. What, Jodi? I may have to totally copy you
Yeah.
in a different color.
Vincent, you need sparkle somehow.
I feel like Vincent, go to the bling bar,
there's an orange
dip
coppery.
your toe in.
There's a copper orange that I can see you in that would be stunning.
Listen, I knit a one skein hat with sparkle, and that was it. Done. Slippery slope. And then it took me a couple of years to get a sweater happening, but
Doesn't this is like iridescent opal-y.
I was thinking opal.
Yeah.
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 What color sparkle, Jode?
The color of sparkle, it's 0101.
And it's there's many different sequin yarns.
I think Amanda has this as white mega bling.
It
white.
looks like white, but a soft rainbow.
I thought
of
it looked like a
sequins.
dovish gray. It's definitely not white, where with these light colors, it just like.
Yeah, Amanda says it's white rainbow. But it's not crisp, bleachy white. It's a soft.
I'm going to need a hat to match.
Jodi, I don't know how you're doing anything else but knitting that.
Right.
So Jodi
This
will
is
have
gonna
her
be
sweater
weekend.
done before.
This is going to be weekend. You know what else I
Or in a long
wanted?
st-
You know, we talked about having the spin cycle yarn is amazing if it's a price point for smaller projects that works for you.
Yeah.
So I'm going to cast on the smaller, what is the smaller Andrea Mowry? Is it the Shifty?
Smaller. Are you cowl?
Yeah.
I love the cowl.
Is it attached? Is it a V?
It's flat, and then you seam it at the back.
I'm going to knit that.
It's awesome, and it's 3 colors of the dyed in the wool. The thinner one.
I'm going to do it the
I
thicker
didn't
one.
read the pattern, and I did it in Dream State. So I don't think you can do it in one skein of each color.
No.
So just know that.
Okay, good.
I
Yeah.
did the same thing, Jodi. I did it in Dream State. I love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
So Amanda has her sparkle coming back in next week. Please sign up for any newsletters of people that you're waiting for yarn. Amanda's got a great newsletter. She will
Follow
let
her
you
on
know.
Instagram. She
Yeah.
does unboxings
Yeah.
when it comes. Okay. Jodi shows up at coffee at my house on Friday. Coffee Friday date with this giant bag. And she said this was supposed to be a Christmas present. She totally is the yarn fairy. I feel like she needs a shirt with that on it. So this is the sequin that I was going to buy. This is
the-
obsessing.
the pink
This
with
is
the rainbow
color. I don't know. It's not even English. What is
Oh.
that? Lot 1 or color 1 or lot?
I don't know.
That's a good question. Amanda, what's this called?
Oh no. Pink with rainbow.
Pink rainbow?
Yes.
So those are the numbers.
It's like a blush.
It's totally a blush.
Oh, blush rainbow it's called.
Blush rainbow. And so Jodi has dyed Frankie gray for me in high tea and these sparkles. Did I grab both? Oh no. And she's like, I don't know if you want mohair or suri.
I think mohair
A
is better.
giant bag of yarn. I'm so spoiled. So these are all high tea on 3 different bases: mohair, suri, and sock. And I don't know how much of this. I'm sure I can make 2 sweaters.
I didn't know.
Jodi, I think I can make the DK sweater
Twice.
and this. I think I can make 2 sweaters with the amount of bling you gave me. But
Okay.
what do we think about that? Silly question, I know.
You have to just swatch for
Okay.
yourself and see.
Okay, that's such a good idea.
It's so good.
Listen, I know.
Tracie, that's going to be so good. Yeah.
I don't know how I don't know how it hasn't been cast on.
Mm-hmm.
If I didn't have what I consider like commitment knitting on my needles, this totally would have been cast on.
Well, then that'll be something
This will like
down the road
these-
that you're excited about.
Well, not that far down the road. Let's not go crazy.
Okay.
So anyway, love that idea. And honestly, I don't even know what other color these sequins come in, but I feel like I should look. I got to knit this first. This is my favorite.
Oh, I'm so
But I
glad.
can see myself going down another color road as well.
Okay.
So did you buy anything lately? What's that, Jodi? What the heck is that?
That's the Gauge Club you didn't want to buy.
It's not that I didn't want to. I'm trying to behave.
You're trying to be thoughtful. Well,
No. OMG. What the heck is that?
I'll show you. It's this.
For
Christ's sake.
You know
Oops.
what? It's the beginning of the year, and I've already
Darn it.
made bad decisions. Jodi, that's out of this world. Good job.
Did you buy stuff? Oh,
Yes, I did.
look what I bought, you guys. Okay, we all remember Tracie's.
What?
We all remember Tracie's Ziggity Zaggity
Wavy gravy.
Wavy Gravy
That was awesome.
by Wanderlust Yarn. You remember the cowl she
Wanderlust
made?
knitter.
She knit two.
I should give you I've got a huge amount of that left from my knitting. I'll give you my leftovers. What?
This is Diamond Lane yarn. This is by the Lamb Kid. These are two separate. Okay, let me gather my thought.
Whoa.
She
Where are we
just
going?
dyed to order for certain bases and certain colors so everyone can get what they want. So if you, again, watch on Instagram or sign up for the newsletter, you can get these dyed to order updates. So
For sure.
this was an update and this was an update, I think. Or I can't remember, but I got 2 and 2 and they came they came very quickly.
Yes,
Even though
because
it's
there's not always there's a color selection every time.
Yes.
So the colors are different every time. So your
This sweetie
combo. Oh my
yes,
God,
what I was
Sweetie's
waiting
obsessive.
for. So Tracie got that. Did you get boot cut?
Here's the wavy gravy wrap. This is actually designed in this is Big Birdie.
Yeah.
This is designed in Big Birdie. I think you need like 5 colors, but you could just do it as a cowl and
Yeah.
do fewer colors if you want to. I did the wavy gravy cowl that I did. I bought both patterns and kind of meshed them together because they're different weights of yarn.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's what I did.
This is hot. Pop Rocks is the pink.
Love.
Dolce. Sweetie is the orangey.
That's gonna be awful.
And Boot Cunt. Boot Cut. I was boot cut.
boot cut.
That was hilarious. Okay, so I don't know what I'm gonna do with these. This is an Aran weight mohair.
Oh my gosh, you could do so much. I can't, my brain, it's like
I can't get past.
there's like a giant
That was a
herd of
slip.
crickets going.
Did she just say what I think she
No,
said?
I'm backing up. Like,
Okay.
can you hear the brakes? What? That was not that. It's one of the days I wish we were still editing.
No, it's like those bloopers you see from like news anchors that like they say funny stuff. And
How
it's,
about that little boy? Did you see that thing on Instagram where he's in his like diaper or whatever, he's looking out the window and he's going, "It's a effing goat." And his wife, like his mother's like, "It's just a goat." He goes, "No, it's not. It's a effing goat."
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah, I love it. So I don't know what this is going to be. I just knew I needed it.
it's going to be soft. Let me tell you, I wish I'd known you were bringing that because I would have brought down my wavy gravy cowl. Knitting, the fabric you get with this yarn is like nothing I've ever felt. It is
Okay.
it makes me really want to sweat.
I keep saying mohair, you guys, but this is baby alpaca and
It's
silk.
a Aran weight Surrey.
I said
alpaca
mohair.
silk.
I meant Surrey.
Somebody's laughing at you. Oh my God, you guys.
I love it.
Jodi, that's totally stunning. I'm going to give you what I have left of those two. It's actually a lot of Sweetie. Quite a lot when I made my cowl.
Oh, I just
Even
adore
2 skeins. So
this.
I just bought 2 skeins and I didn't even use the whole of that to make a cowl.
There is
And it's a
174
huge
yards.
cowl.
There's a lot of yardage on this.
But you're knitting it on like a 6mm needle. So your yardage goes far.
Yeah.
She said, "What?"
Turch.
Listen. Okay.
What?
I mean, we've wanted to go to the Lamb Kid since it opened. Yes, pink and orange is everything together. So good. Jodi, this is going to be epic. I think it would be really fun to knit. Like a lento sweater is 16 stitches, like something at a big gauge like that.
Yeah.
And then you would literally, I don't know if you'd wear anything else.
Um,
So here's the wavy gravy cowl. It's actually knit in worsted weight yarn. And this says Aran. So I thought, oh, well, that's not that different, but it's pretty different because it's fluffy.
it's so fluffy.
I
Right?
loved it. And I will still knit. I did knit wavy gravy at that same gauge, Both patterns are fantastic. You know what I saw this morning? Caitlin, aka Wonderlust Knitter, is in the new Neons and Neutrals book. So congratulations to Caitlin.
That's exciting.
From Wavy Gravy to Neons and Neutrals. And the Wavy Gravy sweater is really what caught my eye. So there's a whole Wavy Gravy collection.
It's stunning.
Yeah, super fun, right? I mean, I love a chevron.
There is one thing I want to show you that totally caught my eye that I think is adorable.
Okay, let's see.
The Caddy Jacks girls were at Lamb and Kid for a weekend, and Caddy Jacks came out with a free pattern. It's called the Saturday Shrug.
I did see this. It's so cute.
And it's knit with her Todd, which is a worsted base held with, I believe, mohair.
Okay, you guys. Todd,
Is
if
cashmere.
I'm correct, is yak and cashmere.
Yes. Incredible.
So yes, you want to knit something around your neck.
So
That's so
this.
cute.
And
That's so cute.
if you go to the project page or follow the hashtag, you'll see a million color combinations. I thought this was really fun.
It is fun, and I feel like it's knit on a pretty big needle, so it's literally a weekend project if you stick with it. It's a 1x1 rib, and it's stripes. Again, stripes practically knit themselves. I can't even...
Yeah, I thought it was beautiful.
Everything striped.
Yeah.
Is
Free
awesome.
pattern.
Okay,
Free
free pattern
pattern.
is really
Love it.
fun. You can stash bust it, or you can get some fluffy. That would be nice with that, Jode.
That would be nice, wouldn't
It would actually be cute even in skinnier stripes. Right? Where you could just
fun with
carry your...
that,
Yeah, that would be really
yes.
fun. A pattern that you can do a million different ways. So it's going to be really pretty.
I adore Sarah's color choice. And I think that's what I gravitated towards when I first saw that.
She's so gifted.
But they wear it, you guys, as just a cowl up from your shoulders as this gorgeous cozy thing around your neck.
Yeah.
But then when I saw them pull it down
know.
and wear it as a shrug, that's genius.
It is genius because some big sweaters are too hot.
Yes.
Can you tell? Like menopause issues. So it's like,
Yes.
how can I make this work? So yes, those kind of shrug things. Plus they're beautiful. Like even if you're wearing it just like a cowl in your coat where it's cold here.
Yeah.
Listen, I was looking at Todd.
It's
I just
beautiful.
haven't picked colors.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Okay, so speaking of, this is funny, Jody. Speaking of the Lamb and Kid and Diamond Lane yarn, I think Diamond Lane is their like luxury yarns that are at the Lamb and Kid? I'm not sure.
Why is there some with Lamb and Kid
I think
label?
so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So just before Christmas, we were all, again, I feel like you guys are a bad influence. We're sitting around having coffee, and I bought myself a little Christmas present.
Okay.
And I bought the kit from Lamb and Kid. This is Diamond Lane yarn in their Percy base, which is 100% cashmere.
I'm just finding them.
So this is the Cozy Cuffs kit. And it's a little bit different when you order because it's kind of a surprise. I think there's a cream base and there's this gray base, and then you get minis, surprise minis. And I ended up getting, this is Mood Ring and this is Taffy. And then you get the pattern
I couldn't find
with
it.
the kit. I think if you go to the Lamb and Kid, it's in kits.
I'm going to do that. I
Yeah.
thought I'd find it on their feed.
It's
but-
actually really, really cute, the colors that are in the picture.
Isn't it a surprise?
I guess. Yes, it is a surprise. So anyway, they're beautiful. 100% cashmere.
You guys.
It's absolutely decadent. That's what I thought the kit was.
Got it.
So, but anyway, you get, I'm sure you can make a note and suggest.
I
some-
think they're sold out right now.
Are
It's-
they?
Yeah, sold out.
Oh,
But you can make a note upon checkout what colors you gravitate towards. I
okay.
think. Yeah.
Well, there you go. This is what the kit looks like. It feels like a butter. Like it's absolutely, it's got a teeny tiny halo. But a beautiful twist. Like I'm very interested to knit with this.
Wow.
I can't wait. This is 50 grams and 190 yards. So it's sportish, fingering
Yeah.
to sport, right? And this is the color Stormy, Mood Ring, and Taffy, which is
Oh, I
going to
love
make
it.
the cutest
Yeah, so
gloves,
cute.
right? So
So cute.
you deserve cashmere.
I actually, if I could buy that kit, I don't want it to be a mystery.
I kind of thought I was getting that kit.
Yeah.
So
If they put up the
that's
pre-order
my
for
own
that
fault
kit,
because I didn't read.
I would buy that kit
I
today.
really like that kit
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
With that
I'll be
green
honest, as much as I love the look of the cream, this is going to show less.
dirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yet, I still love the cream too.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
But I love a good gray. I'm never going to say no to a gray.
Oh, you had me
Cute,
at gray.
right?
Okay, I just have a
Excuse me.
couple of things to show.
Okay.
You inspired me when we talked the other day about the very first self-striping yarn. Do you remember our conversation
Yeah.
that you came across?
Yes.
And what did you say?
I was wearing these cute socks and Jodi said, "Oh my God, I love those." I said, "It's Mind the Gap." Mind the Gap yarn. They don't still do it.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. So Mind the Gap is literally the first skein of yarn I ever ordered online. And it's self-striping. And it's all the colors of the London Underground. So the orange is one line. The yellow is another line. Like if you go look at the map of the London Underground, all of these colors are represented. It is gorgeous.
Hang on. She has an Etsy shop.
Get out of town. I can't believe they
And
still
it's
do this
still
color.
available.
Listen. It's so good. I just wore these again yesterday.
You can have it.
No, Jodi, I already knit with it. Do you want me to crank you a tube? I want
Yeah.
to make you socks of them?
Please. No, just
It's awesome.
okay. Mind the Gap.
Right.
All I did was it's her Etsy shop is Trailing Clouds.
Okay.
Trying to find a shop in Etsy
Ugh,
is
Etsy's
the worst experience.
It's the worst search engine.
So here is
So from what I remember when you were in London, there's like a little recording that says "Mind the Gap" when you're getting on the subway.
Yeah.
I think that's what that means.
Superwash.
It's a BFL nylon base, 75/25.
There is a couple left, three left in her shop. Follow her. I just think
The colors are kind of vintagey.
but I love color. Like that's why I love the Advent skeins of of stripes, because they might not necessarily go in any particular order, but they all look amazing together.
Right. Okay, I think I just saw our friend Lolly is here. Hello,
Hi, Lolly.
Lolly.
Okay, so I thought that was really fun.
That is super fun.
Mind the Gap.
I can't believe they still do it. I mean, I'm thrilled because the color's so beautiful. That's gorgeous.
That's going back.
Huh?
That's going back.
Yes. It's literally the first skein of yarn I ever bought online. And the socks are hard wearing because now I know
The first skein of yarn?
Yeah, first skein of yarn I ever bought online. Wow. Yeah, and probably the first self-striping indie dyed skein I ever bought. Yeah,
That's cool.
What
Okay.
else? Oh my God.
Oh, this is the Sonder portion.
Here we go.
Continued.
Here's the Sonder section. Okay. Tanya and Melissa came up with a few new colors. And this one was like on my brain. I didn't even buy it right away, but I was like, that looks so beautiful. I have to order it and see what it's all about. And I mean, it's gorgeous online and it's even better in person. Kind of a sea glassy green. They call it mint condition. And I got it on the mohair, the luxe, which has cashmere, merino cashmere nylon, and then what are the haze? They call their Surrey alpaca. So
That's incredible.
it's such a good one, right? I seriously think I should. It's a sweater color.
It's stunning.
Yeah.
Stunning.
You know what else it looks good with?
what?
High tea.
Yes.
You could do stripes.
Well, pink and red or red and green.
Right.
Yeah.
Jodi.
They're so good.
Okay.
Okay.
Love. This mint condition is on my brain. I think it's out of this world gorgeous. I also think it would be good with lollipop. Like a bright coral would be amazing with it. Sonder yarn and their colors. I mean, yes to everything. with
That's
Sonder yarn.
that's lip gloss. That's a little bit darker color, a little brighter color. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Totally love it.
Love. I too was excited when I saw this is their yak sock sets that they offer.
Okay.
But look at this. Look at the this is yak is the brownie darker base,
Right.
you guys. So you
Kind of looks gray before it's even got dye on it.
it just makes the colors moody and rich and deep.
I think a yak base is really, it's very special. It's very drapey. It would make an amazing sweater. It's gorgeous for anything. It is kind of, you're right, like muted. Like these really wearable, I feel like they're
look at
very,
these.
yeah, like all of them just go together perfectly.
It's funny because this set blue, ochre, and pink, and then this has got blue, ochre, and a lighter pink.
They,
There's a million combinations of colors on these sock sets.
and they usually, I mean, the first time they offered the yak, it was all sock sets, but I believe now you can order single skeins. So if you're someone that does want to knit a big shawl and you need multiple colors of one color, or maybe a sweater, whatever it is you're working on, you can now, I believe, I'm pretty sure, order just the 100-gram skeins as well. Yak is a favorite. I don't know why I don't knit more with it.
It's, you guys, it's
stunning.
so beautiful. It's 70 merino, 20 yak, 10 nylon.
Yeah, super, super nice.
It's beautiful. But the colors, the rich colors is what caught my eye.
Totally.
They're just killing it.
That
You
would
heard
be
of
a
them?
great
Sonder yarn.
Who's that? I don't even know who that is. Literally that's like I said, the people that I could close my eyes and just spin the wheel and okay, that's the color I'm going to knit with because they're all amazing. Sonder Yarn has a collab with the beautiful Spin Cycle yarns.
Is that this?
This is Sunday morning.
Yak is not itchy at all for me.
No, I would not. I would say no. This is the Sunday morning color of Spin Cycle dyed in the wool that's exclusive to Sonder Yarn. So I love it.
Wow.
What
I
do you
haven't
think
seen
of
that in
that?
person. I cannot wait to see. It's like there's that beigey pink in there.
Yes.
And the greens, the dirty greens.
This
It's
would be
stunning.
beautiful with some of those colors you just showed, actually. And like honestly, like you could oh, it would be beautiful.
Wow.
Beautiful.
That's stunning.
And these two skeins, even one skein, the Sweet Tart short sleeve sweater by Heidi Kiermaier is pinstriped with Spin Cycle. I mean,
One skein for some sizes.
yes,
Yeah.
for lots of sizes, but 2 max.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be one Zauberball too, would be 2 of these. So, super tempted to knit something like that.
That's stunning. Actually, we said that before Amber did that.
Yes.
And just it looked like she completely switched to colors every
It
stripe.
is a simple like concept where you're just doing these stripes, but you're letting the yarn shine. It was phenomenal. I will for sure knit one of those because how beautiful Amber's was. And it's getting to that time where I want to knit something short sleeved for summer. Oh my gosh.
I will never think of boot cut and be able to keep a straight face again.
Well, there's something wrong with you.
What's going on? Okay, last thing. We talked about the Gauge Club. Now, it's not available still, and shame on you if you now see this and think I should have ordered it, because you should have.
It'll be available later,
Yeah.
like a lot later, which
Yeah.
is how they do it. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe it'll never be available.
So I'm going to show we get it very quickly, but I did get it last week. But this is the first installment of the Gauge
Spoiler alert.
Dye Works
For sure.
Club, and it is called. What is it called?
Icebreaker.
And this
This is gigantic. That's what she
is this. Is it?
It's a shawl ball. This is fingering weight, self-striping, dyed for shawls, and it's 585 meters and 170 grams. I've never seen this base in gauge before.
Oh, look, you guys. It got information on the back that it's dyed. It's going to be like this. It's going to be beautiful stripes in a shawl or classic stripes. Okay. So this is the color she used, but between each one is the gray.
Are you going to show it?
Huh?
You're just showing the card.
Well, that's it. That's all I have. Oh, that no show. That's it. I'm like, I thought you had it to show. Okay. So that's what's happened. Now it's because she's made a color chart of the alphabet and she uses words. So
does that spell icebreaker?
yes, it does.
Okay. Listen, Kat's
doesn't.
amazing.
Yes, it does. But it's not in the order. It does spell icebreaker, I think, mixed up.
You don't know what's going on.
Actually,
first of all, how much do you love that gray base? So you can knit this in a semicircular shawl. You can knit it in a triangle shawl. You can knit it in a long tube cowl. But it's tons of yarn, 585 meters
That's
in a
big.
fingering weight. That's a gorgeous. I love this base. It's 100% superwash merino, but a different. Like her other one was like an MCN, merino cashmere nylon base. Jodi, this is beautiful.
so this goes with that, right?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Well,
Because I got
I
this,
don't know.
and I'm not sure. This is color wheel A. Does that go with this?
This is.
That's for that.
This goes with. Hello, Alpha. I don't know. This is just telling you that. See, some of them are shawl, some are classic, some are sweater. The front of this card says a heartfelt. This is thank you.
Has nothing to
If
do with the color.
only you read the card. The front of this card says a heartfelt thank you. If decoding colorful messages sounds like your type of fun, scan this QR code and search for Hello Alphabet on our website. I mean,
That is
Kat's
so
amazing.
fun. Okay. Disregard
This-
everything I said.
We have no idea. But
But
this
you
is the
guys,
club.
Look at that. If you don't want this, I'll never knit it. But I'm so happy I bought it. So unless
Why are
you
you not
want
gonna
it,
knit it?
I'll never knit it. Not because it's not amazingly beautiful. I just know me. So either you keep it or we use it as a giveaway.
Well, it's yours. You do whatever you want with
Well,
it.
you
You can
keep-
absolutely do it as a giveaway.
Would you use it?
Jodi, I think you're listen, I have ideas. I will tell you.
Okay, good. And then this was also...
Why don't you commission a sample shawl? A shawl knit. Maybe someone would like to knit this for you.
No, I don't want it. I won't wear it. Okay, so here's the thing. It's not because I don't think it's stunning and I love everything Kat does.
The colors are out of this world. Like, they're just so beautiful.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's stunning. I
Two-ply
love
fingering.
to be able to get these clubs and see what it is.
Yeah.
You know what?
It's so
you
good.
could crank tubes.
Yep. You absolutely could.
Is my Maddie here right now?
You're Maddie? Skipping school again?
No, she's on exam break.
That's what they all say.
It starts today. No classes, just exams.
I hope
Oh,
so.
Madison is here.
Hopefully she's Googling how to put eyelashes on my mother, on my old
It was so
elderly
funny.
mother.
We actually went out for lunch, just Matt and I, yesterday. It was so nice.
Nice.
Tasty tomato.
I love tasty tomato. That's a
Again,
great idea.
anyone in the Edmonton area looking for lunch, it's like cafeteria style at lunch. It's amazing. But I also got this color wheel
Yeah, that's amazing. Color wheel
worsted
A. Gorgeous.
because I'm going to crank some socks.
Izzy can do your lashes.
Izzy's very good at
Maybe
lashes.
Izzy should, cha-ching. Maybe your auntie wants lashes.
Yeah. I just tried Etsy to get mine the Gap and I got a message.
Oh, did you have trouble ordering it?
No.
Oh.
Oh, but there was only 3 in stock.
Oh, maybe it's sold out now.
Yeah, just message her. Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Okay, so my
Jodi, that's so beautiful.
Isn't
Now,
it
what's your plan with that? Hat.
hat. It's going to be hat.
Super cute
But
hat.
I got 2.
Well, then you could do socks and a hat.
Fingerless mitts.
Yep. Cowl,
I'm just
whatever you
gonna,
want.
I'm gonna, you know what I'm gonna do?
I-
I'm gonna wind this up and I'm just gonna get something on the needles.
Jodi, I love it. That's really beautiful.
Yeah. Something vanilla like.
Mm-hmm. I love stripes. Okay, I wanted to share this super fun kit that Jodi bought me for Christmas. from Botanical Yarn. Sophie over in England. She does amazing, beautiful yarn. So this was a whole kit where you got a pin. Oh my gosh, the cutest
Let me see.
Christmas stitch markers and a little Botanical Yarn pin, which is adorable. And this really spicy, like warm gingerbready smelling candle. Like it's totally holiday.
clovey.
And it's by these guys.
This was going to the intention of this box was a New Year's Eve cast on.
Okay. So after the whole, that's a great idea actually. And you get the project bag and there were some sweet treats, but here's the yarn. This is so cute. This is her sock yarn with a mini and a mini of Surrey alpaca. So this one's Surrey alpaca, fluffy. And it's a sock set that goes with, Jodi, this was such a good idea,
Don't you think?
the iced sugar socks.
You got this when you
So
ordered
the whole thing was the kit. And the little tiny ruffle is fluffy in the Surrey alpaca.
I love it.
Jodi, it's so
just thought it was fun.
cute. It's so cute.
Yeah, pretty
what
fun.
a beautiful pattern too. Like she's got
The ruffle.
a twisted rib happening on her heel flap and a little kind of cable and a little lace.
Lots
like
of
really,
fun stuff.
really gorgeous. So I wanted to share that kit. I never even saw it.
I think
never
it must have come.
I never saw it.
I don't know how the algorithm works for Instagram.
Well, and I see lots of Sophie stuff. I don't know why I didn't.
Yeah.
Listen,
Well, that's good thing you didn't.
listen, a mini of Surrey alpaca.
I tried to
How
order.
fun is that?
Yeah.
So it makes very cute, kind of fuzzy, fluffy, adorable socks.
Yeah,
Very
fun.
nice stitch markers too. So kind of. Anyway, that was that. So you can still always check out her shop, and she does kits for lots of things.
She has beautiful
This one
kits.
obviously is like
Yeah.
not happening anymore.
Love it.
So anyway,
I
oh
have
my
a couple more
God.
things, and then I just have one more thing, and then
Okay.
I'm going to. Oh, she put things in here.
We have totally.
Gone over.
I don't know. Yes, a lot.
Do you
This is
guys
crazy.
remember Shayla had these as a pre-order? Not remember Shayla,
Oh yes.
but I got them in.
Jodi.
I actually ordered one of each because I thought we would add these for giveaways.
They're awesome.
They are. Look what she.
It's her needle binder. Oh, that's so cute.
These little melting happy faces, and
Was
then
that ever nice?
a pride unicorn. I love that.
I think these people were at Woolen Folk. This stitch marker people.
Were they?
They were on my list to go check out, and then everything was a just gong
No,
show, and
yeah.
I missed them.
Who are they called?
So Twin Mountain Handcrafts.
Okay, you guys.
and I thought-
those are cute.
Super cute laser cut sparkle acrylic.
So
Totally Shayla's jam, the sparkle acrylic.
I love it.
Yeah.
This, you guys, I actually ordered a pink. I kept the pink. So it's for interchangeable needle set. You can see there's for a whole set to go in there.
Yeah.
But there's also 4 zip pouches. It's a little binder. I've changed my Chow into mine. It's amazing.
Let me tell you, I love this. Not only because it's gorgeous and super fun and I love sparkle, but I love that you can see everything and I love the
Yes.
organization and I love that even when it's full, it's not huge. This
It's
is
still flat.
very portable.
I should have brought mine filled.
I love, yeah, next time.
Next
Bring it
time.
next time. I mean, I love the binder type and then the zipper around the edge where
Everything
you're never
together.
going to lose
No.
anything. This is brilliant.
I love that there's 4 inside pouches
Yeah.
to add a tape measure, add your scissors, not just
Cables,
your cable
stoppers,
needles. Yes.
all the little things that you need.
It's so compact.
Oh my God,
It's amazing.
Lovely.
Yeah. It's amazing.
That's gorgeous. She only does
Love
gorgeous,
it.
amazing things. Are we ready to share Frankie Gray Fibres?
Yes.
Jodi, I feel like I'm so excited to see this. You guys have been so busy.
So Frankie Gray Fiber, I had talked about, was going to go, we're still going to do our fun speckles and variegated color, but we felt like we needed those constant semi-solids.
Yeah.
that people can pair stuff with,
Sure.
or not everyone likes the speckles and things.
Right.
So we came up with a palette of 67.
Way to whittle it down.
67 semi-solids
Yeah.
are added to the shop.
That's incredible.
You will
It's like a rainbow, Jodi.
it's a dyed
Can I share the picture that
Yes.
you sent? Okay.
It's a dyed to order listing.
Jodi said, "Oh yeah, we've got our tonals happening over at Frankie Gray."
Yeah.
To me, it looks like a knitter's crayon box. Like
This is a brand new paint.
Jodi, it's so pretty.
It's called Blush, but I've got a few just to show. I obviously couldn't bring 67.
You could.
This
Oh, I was going to say, I'm really loving as someone that's not gravitating towards purples, you have a lot of the smoky.
yes.
Well, you've got everything, but I really love them. You've done
Like,
so many
these
beautiful.
are, like, okay, so we added
The peach with
67 semi-solids. They're under the tab dyed to order to find just these specifically.
Right.
But they're also in the collections if you're searching by fingering or DK. Now,
What's this?
every one of these will be able to purchase on fingering, DK, or mohair.
So when I say like crayon box, these are full skeins, not mini
Yes,
skeins.
full skeins.
It'd be so cool to
Yeah.
do a mini skein.
So this is tons and tons of new ones, but some of your
That's
old favorites.
beautiful with those.
This
That's
is
gorgeous.
Eucalyptus, ballet slipper. This
That
one is
peachy color is awesome.
blushing bride.
Beautiful.
Say yes, a mauvey pink.
Did you guys have fun naming them?
Taupe, yes. I think
67's a lot.
blush. This is Mayflowers. We're taking it back to the
Love,
original color
love.
name.
Oh,
We went back.
listen. I don't know what it is about that color, but maybe I need a sweater in that at some point.
Merlot.
Beautiful.
That's beautiful. Indigo. Avocado.
Oh my God, Jodi. Hello Yellow is so good.
Brick. This is prickly pear. Yeah.
Wow. Oh, I love prickly pear. Look at them
Siren.
all.
Look at Siren.
Yeah,
it's like
that's-
a moody.
That would be
black and
so
tealy-
good with pinstripes. Like this sweater, but those two colors,
Yes.
right?
Tobacco and chestnut.
Mm-hmm.
They're slightly different, but I think still nice.
Somebody said brick and prickly pear. Nice. Good call.
And then there was
Great
pink.
call. Also, tobacco.
Oh, this is a new red, Big Apple.
Stop it.
It's kind of blowing out. It's very orangey red. It's
Yes,
beautiful.
it is.
Yeah, it's really pretty.
Okay, I love it.
I didn't.
I do gravitate towards reds
I
and
know.
pinks. Oh my God, look at that.
So
You're
this
killing
is
me.
our
You're
Viva
killing me.
Magenta. This is our color of the year. This is lip gloss, which is exactly halfway between lollipop and stiletto. Right? We figured there was another color. Stiletto's
Oh,
very
sure.
bright. I mean, there's a million colors.
Stiletto's
between them.
way more saturated than lollipop. So yes.
Yeah, so this is the color. It's not even showing. It's the color between lollipop and stiletto. And then this is our neon coral.
Love.
But like,
Jodi, my heart's like pounding. This is so beautiful. Your Viva Magenta is awesome.
isn't it beautiful?
Yes.
So you guys, this is a
It's
little
very
snippet.
much Viva Magenta. Like it's so in our sock bash for January. Sock bash every month there's a theme. And if you follow the theme, you can enter your socks twice. It's just for fun. It
Yeah.
doesn't mean but the theme right now for January is if you knit with Viva Magenta, the color of the Pantone color of the year, you can enter them twice.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
So what we did is I'll be able to show at snippets like I've done
Oh,
like
yeah.
pink groups together. And then there's blues.
Oh, look at that.
Neons.
Oh wow.
You know, there's
Jodi.
different purples.
You
That's
guys have
like
worked really
pop rocks.
hard.
It's been really like it's been weeks of getting this together and kind of we did actually take out probably 12 colors
Yeah.
that didn't kind of maybe there was something too similar or we didn't love it or we hope we've got a palette that everybody loves.
Well, especially, I mean, I love wild speckles, but I love pairing them with something like this.
Yeah.
So I feel like you guys are really giving people what they want. That's what I think.
Like, don't you love pops of neon this year, you guys?
I feel like those two are like they've got to be something. They've just got to be something.
Yeah.
They're so freaking beautiful.
So now that I've done this, I'm going to be able to put kits together and get samples made because we were kind of like loosey-goosey about like, oh, let's do tonals today. And we just did tonals, but then we did tonals again and they were like different. So
Yeah.
we were like very specific about recipes and writing everything down.
Yeah.
And now if you want prickly pear 2 years from now, you'll get the same color. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yes,
everything
Jodi.
is, but
It's
oh,
phenomenal.
this-
I'm bravo. Seriously, I'm just like I'm so impressed.
it's been
This is
fun.
stunning. Siren is
Siren's like a
it's a very rich color. Like it's not denim, it's not totally teal.
mhm.
It's really beautiful. Base. Listen, this would be amazing on that shift again as a main
Mm.
color.
Oh, wouldn't that be?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not that far. Like that other one is, you would get the same vibe.
Yeah.
So you could do like minis. Wouldn't it be
Mhm.
fun to use like a few colors of this and just keep changing your,
Yes.
yeah.
So we have these as a pre-order. Sometimes we'll have enough in stock, like because we're not going to dye just one if someone like it's a pot of 4.
Right.
So sometimes it'll ship right away, but it says 2 to 3 weeks. It'll be more like 1 to 2 weeks.
Right.
But or quicker if I have it in stock.
Yeah.
So we'll see how this goes. We'll see how this goes. I'm fingers crossed. Really, yeah.
Done. I don't know what.
I'm really hoping this works so everyone can get what they want.
Yeah. I love those warm, hot. I super love this, Jodi, avocado.
It's pretty green.
It's a really bright, fresh.
There's tons of okay, I love.
And look at this. This Merlot is crazy.
It's so dark, you guys.
really rich and beautiful.
Yeah.
That's a great,
I love this pink.
me too. Oh my goodness. What can't you
I know.
make?
It's fun to play with color.
Eucalyptus, right up there for me.
Yes.
Really, really, really.
There's a really pretty teal too. I just kind of grabbed a snippet of different ones.
Oh, right. It's not even all of them.
No. This is 20% of them.
Oh my goodness. Lip gloss. Yes.
Isn't it good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gorgeous. Wow. Okay. So that's it for me. I don't have anything else to share. Oh, we got a special surprise in the mail. Let me share that really quickly at the end here. We have shared Arcane Fiberworks before, but did you know he does a sock club every month, but you have like a neutral, a warm, and a cool option. So he, spoiler alert, he has sent all 3 options for January. So that's the neutral, if you were getting a sock club. This is the cool for January.
And this is warm.
Yeah.
Oh, so nice.
This is Beauty on the Beach. This is Black Pebble Beach. And this one was something about tulips.
totally tulips.
Totally tulips. So that's really fun
Yeah.
that he offers.
It was
At least you can go in the
beautiful.
lane that you know. Like
Yeah.
you don't know what you're getting, I think. But you know, if you like, hot colors, warm colors, you can at least choose that
Yeah.
option, I think.
He's very good
Isn't
at
that a good idea?
taking photo to yarn, like
Totally.
interpreting. or-
Totally. And
interpreting-
Alberta Dyer.
Yeah.
So this just showed up like giant surprise. So thank you. And it's going straight to Sock Bash prizes.
Love that.
Yay. Okay, Jode.
Okay, get your needles ready, you guys.
Who's raglaning along?
Come on.
Stash busting for accessories? Please do.
Knit with us.
Yeah.
Cast on your first sweater.
Yes. And yeah, we'll try and help you as much as we can.
Okay, so
Look
February.
for Jodi in the Ravelry group.
I know you're going to be shocked. I'll be there. February 2nd is the next time we podcast. So you'll have cast on already.
Yeah.
And you know what? If it's a whip, you can still cast on now.
Totally.
'Cause
Like
it's
it
a whip.
says right in the thing.
Yeah.
It's not an official cast on day, but it's nice to have a date, a round date. So now we know it's February, March, April for the sweater.
Yeah.
And February and March for accessories. And then I feel like we're for sure going to do a round yoke sweater knit along at some point too, maybe this summer.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
I know after this sweater, I'm going to want to cast on. If the sweater isn't a fingering weight on the cover of this new Neons and Neutrals, isn't fingering weight, I'm going to cast that on.
And that comes March.
Yeah, after this Raglan sweater.
March 3rd.
Yeah.
February, March, April. Oh, so you'll have still 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
Jodi, good planning.
So Shane is having a very thorough physical where he went to the cardiologist because he's got family history.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So he's done like the echo and the echo and the ECG, and everything's perfectly normal.
Mm-hmm.
But an added step was a stress test.
Mm.
So the last
I'm stressed. I know it.
Yeah.
I don't need a test.
So yesterday was the resting with the dye
Mm-hmm.
of the heart, the resting heart yesterday.
And today's
the non-resting, but because his hip was injured when the cardiologist originally ordered this test, it's the one where they give you the medication to make your heart go faster. Freaks me out. Anyway, this is all totally routine because he found nothing, but he said, I just want to send it to you.
It's really good to have all of this done.
Yes.
He's turning 50. He's got heart history. It's
Lots of heart
It's
history.
taking care of yourself.
But 2 days of zero caffeine. Starting Monday, like the day before. Okay, so 2.5 days. So all day Tuesday, all day Wednesday, and then this morning, no coffee.
Yuck. Although I would drink decaf. I don't know.
He did drink it, but he had a migraine.
I don't know that I drink it. It would be interesting to see because I never quit drinking coffee when I was pregnant and stuff. I just switched to decaf. So I don't know that I drink it for like, it's definitely habit. I don't know that I'm drinking it for energy as much as I love the smell. I love the routine. I love making it. I think I could totally switch to decaf. But the worst,
cranky.
The worst part would be the first few days when you've got massive headaches and stuff.
You know what? He's probably 8 cups of coffee a day.
Ooh, that's a lot.
6 to 8 cups of coffee a day. 6, maybe 6 cups of coffee a day.
That's a lot.
He goes through a lot of coffee.
Okay. Today's National Popcorn Day. OMG.
You know what I said to Maddie?
I'm totally going to have some.
I said, do you want to go to see a movie today?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, decaf has a little, but I think that because of your heart, they just wanted to test. They said no caffeine.
Yeah.
I don't think he even had, I think he had 1 cup of decaf.
I didn't even drink coffee every day when I was having babies. Like it was just.
When I drink coffee, I drink decaf. I just love the flavor of it.
I mean, I smoked and had booze and all that stuff.
But no caffeine.
No caffeine in my coffee. That's so funny.
That's so funny.
I go to the doctor. She's like, how much do you drink? I don't.
Yeah, she probably thinks you're such a liar.
Right.
Don't drink, don't smoke.
Right. What else?
But I do
I got
Coke every day.
Lots of other problems. But
Math?
not that.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. That's hilarious. Okay. So I think my husband's off this afternoon.
What are you going to do?
I would love to go to a movie.
Yeah.
I mean, that wasn't the plan. I was planning on working.
What's working?
I don't even have good knitting to take to a movie. I think I still have a pair of socks, but
Yeah. That's why I have to
Anyway.
cast on a vanilla something.
yeah. I could just keep going on his sweater. He would love it. He's very excited to have it finished. I did
Well,
get
it's straight knitting right
I
now.
did get a couple of. So how's my sweater? When I'm knitting the test knit.
You should
Your
just
sweater's
say,
great. It's in a bag.
if you ask one more time,
Right.
it's garbage.
Right. I said
That's
to him,
like,
I said to him when he tried on the sweater and the sleeves were so big and poochy, like there was so much fabric here. I was like, well, that's it. I'm burning it. He's like, what? I said, no. And I said, no, I'm going to try and.
you asked, are we there yet? One more time, I'm pulling this car over.
Right.
Tell him that.
Exactly. No, I do want to get them done.
No, I know.
Yeah.
So you can move over.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm not quite finished my test. I think I have a sleeve to actually finish the test knit, which I'm going to do right away. But I know
Oh.
that won't be completed, the whole
So a
garment.
test knit isn't finished.
She wanted this yoke tested for all the stitch counts and sizes and a sleeve, I believe. I mean,
Okay, good.
I'm already past the yoke.
Are people finished?
Yeah, there's some people that are finished. So, but I was like a month late casting on
Yeah.
after everybody because I knit for Christmas and stuff. So
Oh, nice.
I'm not planning on doing that next year. I'm lying.
Middle of December. Sure, I'll test knit your cable sweater.
Right.
Christmas.
Not only that, I asked. I
I did
went
that
looking for
before.
it.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes
Anyway.
sometimes it pops out and you love the sweater.
Listen, it was a very good learning experience, and I hope I am telling people that I learned something new, something I thought I couldn't do, and I absolutely could, and so can you.
Yeah.
Like, it's not as hard. I overthought it, and I love the sweater, and everything is fitting exactly perfectly. The pattern's awesome.
Yeah.
And it's not even finished yet. So, anyway.
Star, thank you for getting out of
Yes.
bed at 8:30 in the
Poor
morning.
Star. Thank you, thank you.
I bet she wish she lived on the East Coast with the time change.
Right?
Then it's 11:30 start for
Right.
her. Thank you, Star, as always.
We appreciate you so much. Okay, you guys, I hope you have a good couple of weeks. 170 minutes. That's very close to 3 hours. Vincent, thank you for popping in. I hope you were having the best day. I miss you.
Vincent's challenge should be adding sparkle to a knit this year.
I would love that. He could rock it.
Check
What about
out
a
the-
beautiful shawl with like stripes.
Check out the coppery orange one.
Anyway.
Okay.
Okay, you guys.
Bye-bye.
Have a good time. Have a good
See
week.
you in 2 weeks.
Mwah.